say something about the OBS.
Alright, we're back.
Yep.
I'm John.
Earlier.
Finale Fiction 7, Reprint. Let's get this shit done. Alright, I think we're headed towards the pillar, right?
Probably. Maybe somewhat. I think that. Did I did come from here. I think I came from where I just standing.
I think we need to go this way, yeah. I think. I don't know. Oop.
Why am I not surprised?
You know, I was just thinking, I wonder if for some reason it would be harder or easier to fly inside a helicopter. Because I know for some of its purposes they're not inside for a lot, they basically are. This is the one I already moved.
Well, you've only moved the one.
I have to say that part of I know that they have this puzzle in
Would you
here, and
look
I
at
saw
that?
they had this puzzle in here. But like, and it's good that they showed me why it mattered there. But like, I feel like I just did that because it's a video game, and I knew I had to do a thing to go somewhere. Not so much as like I saw the map and I was like, oh, I need to move this there.
Keep your cool.
No need to worry. Go on.
It's on you.
Let me handle it.
Come on.
One more shot. You're up. So it's my turn? Can you take over for
Let's
me?
do this.
Just a little should help. Bring it on! This one's for you!
Don't overdo it.
Alright.
I'm coming! It's your turn!
I got it.
Oof.
Go on! One more shot!
See ya. That it?
Oh yeah, I do need to climb up there.
Well, I was gonna say, you could look up, you can probably see which way you need to be heading.
Well, I only think I need to go that way because I came through here after pushing this train.
Oh, okay, well then, yeah. It's really weird that trains have these catwalks on top of them.
Some of the
Yeah.
cars here can still move.
I guess it's to create tension, but I think it's a little odd that they have so many one-way passages here.
go.
It's weird how impressed the girls are being at my train skills. I guess it's like they said, I was saying before, any kind of like those skills just make the ladies wet.
No, you gotta go back to the other ladder that you got here. And then...
Oh wait, that's the ladder.
Is it?
Oh, that's how I came down. I guess this is probably how I got up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was a really close together, like, one-way trip. I didn't even realize.
Well... How massively unnecessary that all was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we've made the joke about like the veteran sleeping on the bench here, but I gotta be honest. I'm not exactly sure what I would have replaced it with.
Hey, on it, they could have just put the Intertron in the game.
It felt like they got a full night's rest, but still felt hungry.
Almost there. Come on.
I know. Why are you stopping us?
The kids that the Black Wing carries away have to live in the train graveyard forever and ever.
You're just trying to help, aren't you? You're the one who...
I know I hung out in that kind of place, but there wasn't anything particularly supernatural
Are
about
you
it in the original
ready?
game, right? I know it was kind of a Doahan monster, but like...
Hmm.
Well,
I
are
hate
ya?
sleep. I know it could cast magic, but that's not unusual
I'm
for some
ready
of the robots.
now!
But like... I mean, I don't know. I wonder if this was always the intent. It always seemed like
Found
something
you!
from that aspect of Square stuff, you know,
way!
that you'd run into in like a Tomb or some other horror-themed
We
place.
found you!
But I thought that was just because of the kind of
got
area
me.
it was in, you know?
Hey, where's Aerith?
I'm
Gotta wonder what
ready!
explanation of video they'll give for it here.
I'm ready! Hmm? I said I'm ready! Come get me! I'm right here. Mom?
Oh man. What is going on here? Someone's messaging me.
Guess you did.
Let's go.
That was something.
Oh, it's electrical. Effective.
Closure.
Bring it. Okay, let's go. I'll show you what I can do. Ha! This one's for you. Can you take over for me? Go on.
Keep it together.
So it's my turn? You can do it!
Hang back.
Come on! That's it!
Bring it.
Go on!
It's on you.
Let me handle this!
Whatever.
Watch yourself! I'm coming! Go on! And catch! One more shot! Tagging out!
My turn.
There! Back in! Okay, let's go! Good luck. Here goes. This one's for you. You can do it.
Hang back.
Get fired up. Bring it.
Try this.
One more shot.
Looks like he's about to be staggered at least.
Yeah, I've been trying to work on that.
All right.
Bring it.
Can you braver him? Or are you trying to save the braver for when he's staggered?
I got this. You're up. So it's my turn? Stay strong. Can you take over for me? Okay, let's go. Get him! I'm coming. You can do it.
I got this.
I'll take care of you.
Here we go. Let's finish this.
Come on.
Ooh, nice.
This one's for you.
Sometimes it'll just drop it in boss fights too. But if your health ever got like low or something like that,
It'll bounce right off. Gotta deal with the barrier first. No more playing nice.
looks like Cloud's got his limit break ready to go. Yeah. Let's turn random enemies into bosses.
Get him! Ha! Come on!
If I remember correctly, this horse
Stay back!
Gotta stay.
I got
It might have been. I don't remember the exact design of the monster, but I mean,
So it's my turn?
everything's gotten at least some sort of slight redesign, so...
Let's go! Hope you're ready. Oh, you're hurt! Watch yourself. I'll show you what I can do. Gotta heal first. There. Tagging out. All set.
Choke.
Don't forget to do his summon abilities.
They're still pouring on. Come on.
Moogle Blast.
One more shot.
I'm sure that's a flavor of Mountain Dew in the Final Fantasy world.
Why don't you lead the way?
Do this. Any last words?
How about that?
Damn. He's behind you.
Oh, it's up here.
Hang in there. Bring it on. Come on.
Ooh. Oh shit.
Thanks for that. There. Go on. Okay, let's go.
Getting really sleepy.
Here goes. Every little bit helps. It's your turn.
Hang back.
Maybe this will do the thing.
Don't overdo it.
I got this.
I am, you know, I suddenly just got really curious about Master Magic in the next game.
Yeah.
I doubt it'll be a thing in the second one, but I wonder if it'll be a thing in the third one.
No need to.
You know, I should probably use accessories. Gameplay uses.
You're up. I'll take care of them.
You know, actually learning about monsters.
I'll take care of you.
Well, there's other stuff Chadley wants you to do in battle too.
Yeah.
Why don't you lead the way?
Well, he does. I just. I'm gonna look that up because I know there's a way to check this sort of thing.
Get him.
Closure.
Let me handle this. Here. Bring it. Get him. It's on you. Here goes. That's it. This one's for you! Can you take over for
Hang
me?
back.
Go on!
You're done. Take him down.
Strike hard and fast! Here he comes! Get in there! Ready or not, here I come! This is gonna hurt!
Take it over. All right.
Damn, what did you do that killed Aaron so fast?
It's on
Fuck.
you.
I got this! Ha!
You just like took her out like right away.
Load!
There's a skill master and an item master material. That is interesting to know.
Damn it, you knocked me down when I was trying to bring you back to life. You gotta suck yours, man.
Come on.
Good
Let's
to
go
go.
use the trash can.
You're up! I'll show you what I can do. That's it! Kinda hurt.
Ooh, yeah.
Pretty weak. I'll take care of you. Get him! Here he comes! One more shot! Every little bit helps.
He's pulling you. I was gonna say he's pulling you towards him.
Yeah,
This might be it.
that's what I was afraid was gonna like permanently kill Paris.
It's your turn.
I got this. Keep it together.
All set. Here. It's on you. So it's my turn? This should make you stronger.
Let's do this.
Stay back.
Deal with that.
Okay, let's go. I'll take care of them. No big deal.
Taking over.
I'm just trying, Bring it on.
Wait a minute, did his wheels have a life bar? Looks like it's about dead too. Target it with like a spell maybe.
Here it comes.
Get him!
Nice, that dealt a lot of damage to it.
Don't stop now.
Seizing the opening. This one's for you! There! Now for change. Right, my turn. It's your turn now. There! Bingo! This is gonna...
Alright.
Hold on, guys. We're coming. And you
wheels came back.
Let's go.
You remember the
Right.
skeleton Spencer guy in one of the early episodes of Power Rangers?
I think so, yeah.
I watched the Japanese version at one point, and at some point during the fight, one of the Power Rangers cuts his head off and throws it down this like fiery ravine.
It's
It's
that
like, what the
ghost.
hell?
So long.
Or something else in that is their power weapons or whatever. They go and get them from this place as opposed to just having them in that. And Rita, I guess, I don't remember what her name is. It's like Ursa or something like that. And, it's something that has to do with the moon, not Ursa, but it's I don't remember what her name is, but anyway, Bandora, that's it. It's she's there trying to stop them from getting the weapons, and it's kind of in the way, and they don't have them at that point, so they can't just push past her into monsters. So the Red Ranger's like, I'm such a righteous warrior, I can just call out the weapons and they'll come, and he does, and then they come to him, and then Rita's like, what? That can happen? And he's like, wow, I didn't think that would work.
What is it? What are they called in Japan?
It's like
I think that I've got it like on the tip of my tongue. Sentai, yeah, Super Sentai Rangers.
yeah.
I have thought about sitting down and like watching more of that.
It's kind of interesting. There's a lot of stuff that was little theories that make a lot more sense in the Japanese aspects of the show. So
Well-
I tried to make them when I was a kid make sense with the American stuff, but like,
Well, there was I know your brother was talking about watching a bunch of that at one point, but I found a couple of videos that compare scenes from like Power Rangers to Sentai Rangers, and I don't know, the differences are like really weird.
oh yeah, well like, okay, it's like Go Line.
Stand down and
You were
surrender
talking about
public
how
security
him
immediately.
emoting makes sense now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little
Finra,
stuff
do
like
not
that.
negotiate with
Something
terrorists.
that's like, you know how they all come out of mountains?
Resist and we will use lethal force. I repeat,
It's because all of the different
Finra
rangers in
does
that
not
are
negotiate with
ancient
terrorists.
cavemen which have magical powers.
Resist and we will use
The mountain
lethal
tribe,
force.
or the plains tribe, or whatever.
Got your
the
lethal
forest
force right
tribe,
here,
and that's why
asshole!
Robots come out and places like that. Of course, the robots are a lot more characters than that. I'm not saying they have like lines, but at one point, I remember, I didn't see how it finished, but I remember seeing an episode where the Red Ranger challenged a bad guy, or maybe the bad guy challenged him to fight to see who's righteous, and the Power Ranger was losing, so he jumped in his Zord, and the Zord threw him out because he wasn't there or something like that. It was like, this isn't a proper duel, you jumping me to win?
Dropping a whole plate.
I found some episodes of like Beast King Go Lion and
No.
on the official
No
Voltron YouTube channel,
Oh.
Tifa!
because they've got them all on there, and they show you that they were all on there. And this is maybe different now, but it would like, here are the first 4 episodes. Everything else is blocked. I was just like, why?
You think it's a region thing, or they just don't have everything else available?
I think it was more of a, we want you to buy the DVD.
Yeah.
Because I want to say at the time you could still get the Voltron DVD sets in the States, and they had the Beast King Go Lion episodes on them.
Ah, I remember those being, they were kind of
Please,
on the level of like
let
the
us
Star Trek
through.
collector stuff, but they were like hardcore sets, right?
Yeah, no, I really wanted those, man, because they were in like the lion, like the metal lion head cases. They were super
I
cool.
forgot about that, about the metal cases, yeah.
What are you?
I found one when I was living in Chicago. I found like there was a shop that had
Cloud, Tifa,
like season 3.
we have to get past.
And I was just
whatever
like,
it takes.
well, that's super cool,
Right.
but
Okay, as someone who, like, I'm a fan of Voltron, and that it was a cartoon that I was like, hey, big robots fighting monsters. And I was you're like a real fan of Voltron. Let me ask you this. Because you know I don't remember how it was.
The Netflix one
Yeah,
from I think it's from like Lionsgate. No, DreamWorks. It's from DreamWorks. So there, I only managed to catch like the first season, and I was gonna sit down and watch the rest of it, but life was a thing, and I don't have Netflix anymore. There were aspects of it that I liked, and there were aspects of it that I didn't like. I made a joke on Facebook that was like, Keith doesn't pilot the Black Lion, into the trash it goes. But I guess he takes over the Black Lion in like season 2 or 3 or something, because Shiro stops being a paladin. Like I said, I've not seen all of it. I'd like to see all of it. What I saw of it was pretty... It felt like it was going somewhere. And that was kind of like the marquee of that show at the time in the States. A lot of shows had just micro arcs, but there wasn't much in the way of like a macro arc. Because like G.I. Joe did not have a macro arc until after the movie came out.
Yeah, I remember the start. Partially because I originally came to being able to watch it after, and I thought that just got G.I. Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so that's what I really enjoyed about it as a kid, and that kept me coming back to it. I had like the movie, like the Voltron movie on VHS, and I wore that tape out. My brothers were probably like, I can recite this movie verbatim. I fucking hate it. I had a couple of movies as a kid that I just wore that shit out, like, and I don't know where we got this tape from. I don't know like what we recorded it from, because as I recall, it wasn't like an official VHS release. It was like a copy. So I don't know if this was something that we rented and made, copies, because we used to do that. We had like 2 VCRs set up where we were just like we were just copying movies left and right. That's how I watched a lot of movies growing up. Funny thing, my dad came home once with like this VHS tape with just, it had like 30 or 40 cartoons on it.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of those like open license kind of, or like copyright free kind of thing. And I will tell you, man, more than half that VHS would not be cool to show to anyone anymore. Like one of the last ones was a Bugs Bunny cartoon that was kind of one of the earlier appearances of Elmer Fudd when he was black, not white.
I actually recently found that one again on YouTube.
And I will tell you this, man, if you can find it, that shit is super duper offensive. And I always thought it was really weird, because I'd grown up on like Warner Brothers cartoons, like, the whole Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny rivalry, whatever. And that they settled their differences in that one with a game of craps was not something that as a kid I was like, I don't get it.
Well, something I didn't get when I was a kid, and another one I found at the same time I found that one on YouTube is, do you remember the one where like Daffy Duck and Porky Pig can't pay their bill because they're in a hotel and they just can't pay their bills, so the guy locks them in there and they keep trying to escape?
Yeah.
The reason they don't have their money is that one begins in the elevator Well, not begins, but Daffy Duck being in it begins. Him entering, him being in the elevator, starting his scene the way Bugs Bunny ended the other scene, being on the other end of the win-loss. Same voices gambling with him and everything. You know, they're in the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. They'll teleport to you if you get too far from them.
I'm just making sure I didn't miss a scene where it's like, I'm gonna do it for this.
What you got? Come on!
That's Barrett!
You okay? Cloud, it's Shinra. They're trying to take out the pillar.
I know. Cabra, we figured.
I have to go back. Barrett and the others are still.
Stop. Stay with Wedge. I'm going up.
Sure.
I'm going too. I can still fight. Biggs, they were shooting at me and he...
Wedge, please. Let Cloud handle it.
Don't worry, I'll patch him up.
Hang on, guys! Help is coming!
I'm disappointed that you
Wedge,
just slapped.
listen to me. You stay here with them.
Cooler than original Wedge, but not as funny.
I kind of expected, like, the way they were changing so many things, I did, spoiler alert, I did expect more of them to get out alive. Like, the way they were building up the characters, I didn't know if they were like, we're trying to make more of an emotional connection here, or if it's like, we're going to spare them.
Well, to me, I think it's odd to sparing of them, because I would figure the whole point of, like, this scene here, where they showed all that emotion in his face, so that you care when they eat it, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not saying I didn't care at all, I'm not saying I've never felt any emotions in those scenes, but like, I don't know. Part of what makes them a little different than some other characters, maybe even in, you know, Biggs and Wedge and
Tell me about it.
is they're always kind of a part. Not only are they from a different organization that doesn't really, its fractions don't join until later. You know, I mean, I know you get but they're not actually upfront messengers there.
Yeah.
Because like, Biggs and Wedge and Six, after they played those guys, they had dialogue and Garrett didn't. So like, all of that's over.
It's over.
Yeah, no, Biggs and Wedge are literally the exposition until you get to a point where you get Locke.
Well, and when I first played, I didn't really care about Hera. Not because I was like, oh, it's just some chick. It's just like, this is just some random person who says nothing and is basically a monster. That's how they describe her up to that point, you know what I mean?
Come on.
It's like, okay.
Well, I assumed that this was going to be the character that I was going to follow from beginning to end. Was that fucking wrong? I mean, even though you get her back after the halfway point in the game or whatever, she kind of stops being the main character. And it kind of switches to Celeste after, like, the breaking of the world.
Well, you know, I've heard a lot of different things explaining that game, and one that makes sense to me is the idea when they designed the characters of that game, they're like, let's make it all main characters. You know, like, any of these people could be any main character of their own game. I don't know how successful they were at that, but it makes sense to be, you know, who's the fuck is the protagonist?
Screw you!
You know, I mean, when I first played it, I thought Locke was the protagonist. I thought this was all just building up to be like, and here's the protagonist. You know, and what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he is. I mean, right now, I basically would argue that Tara is.
Okay.
I know she's not in the story as much as I make it seem. I don't know. She just feels like the official answer to who's the main character, you know what I mean? I know what you mean about it, you know, could quite possibly be Celeste. Partially because she's not an optional character, Tara is. Who are the not optional characters? Is it just the three? Is it just... No, wait, I guess... Yeah, no, watch, you have to be optional. You have to get Tara, Sabin, and, Baker, maybe? Get Tara and Sabin. Well, you might not have to get Sabin. You might actually be able to skip that time. You just have to get Baker and, Setzer. Is that it?
This is gonna
Yeah, you do have to get Setzer because you need the airship.
If you get those three people, I'm pretty sure you have access to the whole world. I mean, you can get what's his name before that, but like Sabin. But I think those are the ones you need to get, and that's not only like allows you to have access to the world, but you need 3 parties to do the last dungeon, and that's 3 people.
Back in it.
3 parties out of that. I know it doesn't. I'm not saying it's viable with the nature of some of the enemies at the end of the game.
That is certainly the hard mode. This is the challenge run.
Yeah. I have considered trying.
Bad idea is bad.
I'm not done.
Well, more like sushi than just like So I'm thinking of, like, sometimes I think of, like, the strategies people come up with in these games at first level, you know, like, basically all the Final Fantasy games have a minimum level run, you know, and surprising amount of them let you do a lot of not leveling, like, I want to say about half the game, through about half the time, you get no experience with bosses, and so you can do everything you need to do without leveling up. Like in 12, I want to say the lowest level you can be is like 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Because Vaughn can be first level.
And wait, is that the way you came from?
Or what?
I'm trying to remember if that's the way you came from or if you came from the other side.
I don't know. I'm looking around, but I guess I'm up. Oh, I forgot where I am. I know where I am. I need to go up.
Oh, well, there's up.
I forgot it was on the Which I kind of feel like they're not giving us the full scope of how to make this thing is, because the structure I'm on, if you remember, is incredibly dwarfed by the pillar itself.
Yeah.
So like, I only say that because it seems like a chance to show the grandiose size of everything. But I am kind of curious if it is literally just in the scene it's depicted. If
I might not.
Midgard is depicted bigger in this or in the original game.
This.
Don't worry.
Okay.
He'll bounce
Just
back.
from scenes, you mean? Not from the way people explain it or anything like that, just literally what it looks like?
The opening cutscene to Midgard does give you the impression that it is a large city, but not nearly as large as what this game presents.
Pretty bad up there.
I mean, I can't sit there and say that I looked at the original cutscene where they're panning away from and then back into the city and think, okay, well that's pretty big. I mean, yeah, it's pretty big. In the opening cutscene of this, there are literally highways on the plate.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I have to say the original game doesn't do a good enough job of making Midgard obvious. I guess what's going on it, like what are buildings, stuff like that when you first see it. Like in this, I already know how to look at Midgard, so I don't know how well they presented it, but I do kind of feel like they did a little better job of showing you that it was a city, not just some big castle or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I originally saw it, I thought it was more like the Black Omen.
Ah.
You know, technological, man-made, but like more just a big flat sheet on the outside of it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, I've come to be able to realize how to look at it and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I see all the little towns, the little borough, there's a Mako reactor, you know. But, you know, I know what you mean though about this. This does a better job of like you know, this is like New York or something. You know, this
The scale is more grand,
Yeah.
and it's more obvious that it's grand. Which, you know, that's what it needed to be.
in your hands.
Of course, here's a question for you: what percentage of the world population would die if Diamond Weapon was successful at destroying Midgard? That is the biggest population center in the world.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
mean,
it's like Dubai or something. You know what I mean? It's like
it would. That's a really good question. I can't say that it wouldn't be a lot, because it would be a lot. You need to use an ether.
that would be right. But you know, that's something I wonder. I've heard that on hard you can't use items, and magic points is what I'd be worried about. I could heal all day with fear. But that was just a poker game, I think.
No, I don't think so.
But magic points is what I'd really worried about.
I didn't play it again on hard. I played through it once with the story, and by satisfied I mean I didn't walk away from it like, well, goddamn, why did they do that? It was kind of more like, okay, well, I get where this is perhaps heading, and I knew it was not going to be the full thing. I did think that they maybe might do a little more than Midgar, but I guess considering how Midgar is built, how much more there is to it, it would be super hard to have this and then the world map after.
Let me ask you this. Do you prefer the way the game is, or by remake, what they did was, what they did with, like, Mario RPG, or, what is it, what's the Zelda game that you're in?
Link's Awakening?
Yeah, Link's Awakening. You saw the remake of that, right?
Yeah.
So basically, like, kind of pseudo-old graphics. Definitely much better than old graphics were. I mean, that blows the old game away, graphically speaking. Whether or not I prefer it, that's a different thing. But, like, if they had basically done that with this so that they could have the whole game still the new mechanics of it, unless they had played the same, but it had, like, we're running around with essentially running around with Cloud back then, but a better looking. He had his full face, you know what I mean? But he still looked like a pseudo PS Cloud.
So back when I was a regular on a internet forum that shall not be named, it was posed, what would you want from the Final Fantasy VII remake? And there were rumors of this game. They hadn't announced it yet. The PS3 was still like king at the time, so there was kind of this very ambiguous, would they do a remake? Will they be doing one? But anyway, I just kind of thrown out there what I would have liked to have seen, and this
Bring it.
both is and is not what I was like wanting. I would have liked more like traditional.
Oh, I put that on. Oh yeah, I don't have Regain.
Hit him with Blizzard.
Is he weak to that? I need to change to ice.
You are on ice.
Not ice. I need to change from ice to light. That's the only thing.
You're done.
Most of the propeller guys don't really give me trouble. It's the backup that's making me have a hard time. Come on, no. Back in.
See ya.
That was pretty cool. But I kind of wanted something where there was no world map, but there was still the world.
You know, it would be neat to literally be... What I would really want if I was going for that, because when it comes to the actual, I guess I would have definitely wanted something different than we got. Not that I'm necessarily unhappy with this. It's just not what I would have been like. This is what they should have done. But if you were gonna do what you're talking about, like, it would be really cool to walk in and out of Midgar without a transition. Even if you had to be like, even if you had to do a transition to be at what, Sector 5? Or is it Sector 5 that has the door to outside?
Yep.
So if you know, but like, basically if Sector 5 was part of outside.
Yep.
That would be pretty cool. To just literally walk in and out of Midgar like,
now,
I was gonna say kind of like Megaton, but not even Megaton really lets you do it. You have to do the transition.
now, as an adult, I've learned more about how these things work. Although I was an adult at the time, but I know more of how these things work now. I would have been okay with a transition from like an in Midgar to out of Midgar. But I didn't want the model change that happens, or I didn't want the scale change. I wanted like to feel like I was in this really big world, and the only way I think to feel that way is to get rid of the scale change, which I think the next game is going to do.
Well, let me ask you this. I basically consider the scale of the Midgar area, the wasteland around Midgar, to be about the same size as the capital wasteland. Like, would you say that would be too big, not big enough? Like,
yeah, no, that'd probably be about right. You know.
Would you want to walk that far across it to get over to Calm? I'm not saying you shouldn't. I mean, you think you'd be like, man, I don't know if I wanted this anymore.
I would probably want fast travel, and I think I put that in there. That I was like, and fast travel, because I'm not doing all this walking all the time.
In a game like that, though, it wouldn't be totally unreasonable to have some place you could get chocobos right outside of Midgar. You know, kind of like at the edges of Rabanaster.
You know what else I postulated, and I think this could potentially be a really cool idea, is making materia. Kind of getting formulas to make your own materia.
Would you use... Like, how would you be able to use Lifestream condensed into Mako artificially and naturally? Or, like, how would you do it? Like,
I don't know. I don't know how I would present it lore or story-wise. I was kind of thinking more like... I thought it would be a super neat idea if at some point in the game you could like merge materia in some meaningful way. Like, okay, I have become powerful enough that I know how to combine all with another magic materia so that I can link it with, say, elemental.
I think what they would end up doing would probably be more... I'm not saying... that sounds pretty cool if you could mix and match a lot of them, but like what they'd probably end up doing if they were going to do that would be, instead of finding and needing the... maybe you'd still need those crystals, but basically, like, let's say you took a fire materia and a barrier materia and mixed them together. Now they're stuck like that. You can't undo it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, now this one has barrier and fire, and like you couldn't mix another barrier with it. But if you got them all mixed with it, that would be a master magic materia. Do you think to do that you'd have to have mastered it first?
Well, I think if I was going to conjoin two like magic materials like that, I think I would want them to create like unique materia so that it's not just casting fire and barrier. Perhaps what it's doing is creating a elemental specific barrier.
Either one that protects you from physical and fire, or one that protects you, like people get hurt when they attack you or something like that.
I mean, you could potentially have both spells there.
Okay, I got you.
That's a super cool idea. And that's
So if that happened, would you be able to like counterbalance or make worse? Like if you mixed like Knights of the Round and Ifrix really wanted to hit something with fire, would it have both of their negatives to your hit points and pluses to your magic points? I guess they don't minus your hit. Yeah, they do minus your hit points, but not your strength.
Summon materia, if I was going to do this, based on how summon materia is in this at least...
Let's ignore summon materia then. Let's say we're talking about, the ones we already talked about, barrier and fire.
Okay.
Would it have their mixed negatives and pluses? Or would it have something new, since you're talking about making a new materia? And would I guess, because there's definitely tiers and levels in the original game, but I guess this doesn't have the plus and minuses. So I don't know, it's like, is that something you would keep, or would you get rid of it like they did in this?
I'd keep it. I wouldn't have gotten rid of it because that was a way to, like, kind of tweak your characters to kind of fit more into traditional class roles. Like, you could have...
So you would not have done what they did in this and straight up make Aerith a magic user?
No.
Okay.
I might have changed the negatives. Like, I might have gotten rid of, like... I might have gotten rid of, like, the health negative that you get from magic materia, or at least nerfed it, or buffed it, whatever, so that it's not so bad. Because that's something that really bugged the fuck out of me.
Just remember, if you did that, you'd have to weaken hit point plus materia. Because I know that it's easy to say, well, why would you? But it's like, putting it on without any magic is putting it on without any magic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting pure hit points out of it.
That's about what I would do with it.
In and outside of battle character. Like,
I did not...
a more or less, like, detailed version of Cloud for in or out of battle. I don't care which one. So,
I do not miss that. When Final Fantasy VIII rolled around and the characters in battle and the models in battle were the same as the models out of battle, I was like, yes! Now...
I don't miss that because it's good. I miss it because it's a funky weirdness of all Final Fantasy games up to that point. Like, I guess I used to hate it because it got at me, like... I'm not, like, ADD, but I may be, like, slightly that way, and sometimes that kind of stuff makes me be like...
Can you not go up those stairs?
Why is it different? It's not ADD.
Oh, no, it can't.
And, like... Kind of like, Cecil... Think about how many inconsistencies there are between these two different sprites. But then I started being like, that's just kind of a thing in these games, and it stopped being a thing, I'm like, I don't know what to think anymore.
I don't, like, dislike the world sprite model, whatever, for Cloud, but at the same time, I always preferred the look of the style and look of the in-battle ones.
Well, I guess part of what I also miss, and it's something that doesn't need to be there, is
you came up this way, I think.
Cooler. Oh, okay. I didn't get to the other side, and this is going down where I came. Oh yeah, I guess I'm internally going up. I don't know why I'm trying to go down. So wait a minute. Did I just walk down these stairs?
Yes, you did.
But no, that was one of the things, like you're saying, that just I could tell that 8 was more advanced because, like you said, just the consistency, like even when it went to full-on cinema scenes, like Squall didn't look different; it just looked more detailed.
Yeah.
And that was like actually impressive back in the day. The fact that they didn't have to have the little chunky guys like I was talking about. I miss silly looking Cloud's too pretty all the time. I miss Chunk Boy. I guess what you would call it, a Pit Boy version.
Okay. I mean, I don't dislike like I said, the model. I don't know. I like the other one more.
Part of what was charming about it is their uncanny moving like people did, despite really not moving like people. You can tell sometimes they actually use motion capture for some of their animations. And
we know all about your
like
evil plans to destroy the pillar, but the Turks, but Shinra, that's us. Won't let you get away with it. So go crawl back into whatever hole you crawled out of, or something.
Or something.
That ought to do it,
They
right?
did some odd balancing to how cool Reno is in this. They both try to make him more and less cool than he was in the original game.
Wait, I know you.
You guys are supposed to be scars or tattoos?
Mr. First Class.
Probably tattoos. Or maybe something from, I don't know.
So did it actually look at this character design? Like, I know that the kind of character
Class
he
ass.
is, but I don't know, like...
Gotcha now! You ain't got nowhere to run?
This game is an odd match of, like, fights and anime. And it'll be, like, the dual style so much as whole genres of anime, you know? Like,
Well, we've got fantasy, we've got science fiction, we've got diesel punk.
Yeah, I always think it's funny people call this either like cyberpunk or like what's the popular one? It's steampunk.
Shinra does not
totally
negotiate with terrorists.
like 100%. Like that's why there's all the fucking tubes and stuff. And you know, you go the first thing you run into outside of here is those robot motorcycle guys. It's like why does what? He's only like that because this is diesel punk.
Screw this
Like,
cheap ass
why does he have a handle for himself?
Get down!
I just need to get water and watch water the planet everyone's fighting over.
Thank you.
That was a close one.
Hey man, they fight to the death over oil and diesel
How
punk
is
settings.
Yeah. Well,
Much better, thanks.
this is kind of like Mad Max before it got that way, and like it
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
have to be that
I
way.
can't stay
Yeah.
here.
You know,
I have to help them.
because I guess it's not post-apocalyptic, it's nigh-apocalyptic,
Follow your heart.
isn't it? That's a rare genre, actually.
Yeah.
Especially when they stop it.
Aerith,
Because in this, they
there's a bar in
stop
the
the
center
world
of town,
from being
Seventh
destroyed,
Heaven.
you know.
I need you to...
Get Marlene to
I mean,
safety.
It'd be funny if
Right?
they didn't in this version.
It's okay.
That would
I'll find
be like a total subversion that I'd be like, yes, the planet, like everything died at the end. And not that I necessarily wanted to, it's just that be so different. I'd be like, okay, good job.
Can you
The-
take me to the bar for me, Wedge?
The director has already promised
Consider it
that
done.
these
Now get
games
up
will
there and
end with
kick
advent
Shinra's
children.
ass.
So like they have to save the world. Then.
Yeah, so everything leads to advent
Come on.
children
Seventh Heaven
logically.
is this way.
Like
I don't know how the
Wedge,
original
wait!
didn't logically lead to advent children,
You
but
guys
okay.
can't stay
Yeah.
here.
But
Come on, come on!
you think Advent Children will play out the same?
We don't have time to waste.
Or do you think they'll just
Come on, let us through, goddammit!
He's
just gonna leave us to die.
Well, I don't know if they're going to re-release it or anything like that. They're not going to redo it. They're just saying that where this game
If you don't
ends,
let these people through, back off. It's not gonna
Advent Children begins.
Wedge!
I'm no good. Not to anyone up there or
Is the next
down
one gonna be the
here.
last one, or are they planning on like 2 more?
Reunion will be the last one.
Ah.
That's not
I think
true,
that's what they're
Wedge.
calling it. I want to say they've already
Don't give up
announced what
hope
the name
yet.
for the third one
We
is,
can
and I
still
want to
save
say
a
it's
lot of
Reunion.
lives.
Or they've at least
You
made
don't think
allusions
we're
to
gonna
that that's
stop
what it's
them
going to be
from
called.
dropping the plate, do you? I want
what
to
is the
believe
next
that
one
we
supposed
can
to
still
end with?
win somehow.
That I don't know.
Something in
reunion
my gut
starts when
tells
you
me
go to the
we're
North
due
Crater.
for a reckoning. Just this feeling.
Probably that's where it'll end.
Yeah,
I mean, the next game is going to cover apparently a lot of ground,
that's no excuse to give up.
story-wise.
I don't want to look back.
More than I was
I
expecting
wish
it
I'd
to.
done it different.
Because I was expecting them to get to maybe, like...
I need to know I did everything
Honestly,
I
the
could.
way that the games were being set up, I was kind of like, holy shit, are they going to turn this into like 5 or 6 games? But no, they're like, no, it's just going to be a trilogy, we swear to God. And I'm like, okay.
That continent starts after the Temple of the Ancients, right?
Yeah, so I mean, you're going to have to
I'm
get
not
through
sure
all
what's
of the
gonna
first
happen
continent.
next.
And they've already
But I
shown,
am
like,
sure I
Costa
don't
del
wanna regret
Sol
the
and
choices
some
I
of the
made
other
today.
stuff on the other continent.
Do you think you'll go to Wutai in the second game?
Our lives are in your hands. If you don't open up, we're all gonna
'Cause that's
die.
when you're quote-unquote supposed to. in before the control the entrance, like right before that mission, you're supposed to do that.
Close it!
That's
No,
like what
sir!
it's leveled
I will
for,
not obey that
you know what
order.
I mean?
This way, everyone! Quickly! Quickly!
You can't just wait.
Wedge! Seventh Heaven is just down this road, isn't it?
Head straight and look right. You can't
I don't
miss
know.
it.
Like I said, my first impression was that
Don't worry about
the
me.
second game was
All
going
right,
to
I'll get
end
these people to
when they
safety.
get on the boat to go to Costa del Sol. That's where I thought the next game was going to end, and then they were like,
We need to get us far
nope.
away from
Do you think there's enough to stretch out on the first continent outside of Midgar? I guess I forget there's the whole backstory, and there's a lot to stretch out there. You could do like, how many missions do you think would be doable as Cloud in the past?
Okay, let's hold on. Go back to that.
Go to
Okay, you were 27 hours in.
Yeah. Okay, but Midgar
anywhere
is a
but
very
here.
dense area. Most of that continent is not. All that's out there is calm, which is a little dense itself. I could see doing plenty of calm missions, but
You gotta go the other way.
but there's just the Chocobo Farm, Fort Condor, and Junin. And when you're doing Junin, you're like stuck going forward. You know, that's
I
it.
think you were supposed to turn.
That'll be one of those places where they'll be like, you know, are you sure you fucking want to do this? Not in the original game. In the original game, they're like, just do enough stuff, and you're like, haha, you're stuck doing this stuff. No. Alright.
You need to turn to go, yeah. Yeah, that way.
There's no
It just
time,
wasn't going
guys.
this way because
Gotta
that's
get
where
out
I
of
came
Sector
from.
7
I
as
know that
quickly
I
as you
didn't come
can.
from in there, but that scene, you know.
What is it?
Yeah.
What's going on?
They're evacuating us. You all have to get out of Sector 7 now, please.
Slow down. Do you know what's going on? What do they want with the pillar?
Well, there's still time, but
They're going to drop the plate on
Yo,
us?
spit it out. These people are about to die.
yes.
Those sons of bitches. What good do they think that'll do?
Feel free to cry about it later. Right now, we need to get everyone to safety.
Wait, the watch should clear the roads first.
Ah, good thinking.
Well, you know,
Up
it
to
may seem odd that she did that, but it's not like the original Eris to do anything other than go
Avalanche,
straight
Sergeant?
for Marlene. She didn't do that in the original game.
Just
Well,
a
actually,
phone.
we don't know what she did in the original game.
Well, everything
Tell Chief that
implies
Elena-
that's what she did.
We'll
It
take
was
care
just
of
went
things
straight,
here.
got her, and went out, and then got caught by Sam. But, because it's funny, whenever they talk about her getting caught by the troops, I always picture it being Reno and Rude, but they're totally fighting you when she gets caught.
Oh God! Look out!
I guess Rude's not, but
No, Rude is probably the one that caught her.
yeah.
Oh no!
No, it is Sang, because he's the one that shows up in the helicopter, right? So yeah, he's the one that well, I can't say he has to get you, but he's the most likely to.
Marlene!
I guess maybe I should say but I never
I don't know, she probably ran through the streets like, yo, everybody get out.
I have to say that this is a kinder Eris than I pictured Eris being in the original game. A little less streetwise and self-centered. And I don't mean that as in like she was a bad person or anything, but kind of had a practicality and relationship.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to find another way to get there.
Because it's funny, because she is the streetwise character.
How the hell did they
Her
expect us
and,
to escape? There's a way out!
Lucky to a
Over
lesser
there!
degree.
If anyone needs any assistance, please let them
Gotta
know.
get through. Gotta find a way.
This underground passage will take you to Walmart.
Finally. Hold on.
Oh, she's got that higher level than people does, right?
Oh, you poor thing.
I don't remember.
I know
She
it
like
must
people
hurt.
stuff out of like level 3
But
or
you've
4
gotta be
stuff
brave,
about level
okay?
5, but I could be wrong.
Well, it's probably also because you're about that level at that time.
This way.
How starts at level 7?
Hey, over here!
Oh, technically a level 6. You know,
I'll
like,
take you
was
to
I
her.
want to
Ready?
say like about level 8, level 9 about that.
Yeah.
Because she and Tifa are a little bit like, if you want to catch them up to you, you have
Almost
to do
there.
so, you know what I mean? You have to,
None
like,
of this makes any
I'm
sense.
using these characters.
Yeah.
What the?
No need to rush. Steady now.
Is this your person? No. Bunch of women looking around.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Thank God the kids made it out in time.
Come on, we've got to go too.
Leave everything behind.
This is where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
We can get through this.
Almost there.
We just have to work together. What the hell is going on? Now. It's dangerous here.
This way! Quickly now! Keep moving!
Can you take care of her?
Of course.
Betty, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Daddy!
You'll be fine.
Oh, how fortunate. The extremely old woman does not have to watch the child.
Stop! That way's already...
Right.
Please, we need to get through.
This is it, isn't it?
Almost there.
No, it's not worth it.
Not right.
Yeah, it is.
Confirmed. One more bird lost. Probably for the best. After all.
But there was some
Change of
like
plan.
internet cartoon
You
about
can take it
Fantasy
from
VII
here.
where they gave him a
Someone's
Alan
been
Rickman
on
voice,
the
and that was so appropriate. Like nothing else he said. You got theirs. You got theirs. You got theirs. Yay! Anything that way?
No, there's definitely not anything that way.
Please be okay.
Probably shouldn't be looking for treasure right now.
Hold on, Marlene. I'm coming for you.
Forgot a helicopter crash. I was like, why is it still blowing up already? I guess I was on fire. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm going specifically to this bar. I was just doing the video game thing of further on!
Forward ho!
Yep. Eris is looking in a different direction than I am. Oh, there she is. I made her
You're
appropriately
Marlene,
teeny.
right?
Who are you?
I'm
Did I get a chance to be called
a
stupid
friend
by her?
of Tifa's.
When she's like, I hope Eris like, or do you think Eris likes you? I'm like, I don't know.
Where is she?
She's like, stupid.
Right now, she's with Cloud and the others.
Daddy too?
You mean Barrett? Yep, he's there too.
Wait, Daddy's not coming home?
Not yet. That's why I came to find you. Tifa asked me to. She said, take care of Marlene. The thing is, this place isn't safe now. I'm gonna take you somewhere safer, okay?
Are they gonna destroy the bar? Are they gonna destroy our house?
I know it's hard. Just remember, you still have your daddy. You can build a new home together, anywhere. Shall we go? Huh?
kind of wonder if they'll show us Marlene in the next game. Because if you remember, you don't see her again until like the end.
Yeah.
Although she always managed to stick out more than
You smell
Big
nice.
Sledge and Jesse. She's talked about, you know, after she stopped showing up about as much
Like a
as
flower.
I always remember her more than them. You know what I mean?
Actually, Marlene is brought up more than Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. Like, they are only brought up again, like, twice, I think. And Marlene is brought up numerous times.
Okay. I guess I forget there's even another kidnap plot involving her and stuff, so yeah.
I hope you remember it.
How do you think they'll make
Come on.
catchy, lovable to the audience? Or do you think they'll fail to succeed at that in this version?
Tell you what,
I don't know.
we'll grow lots of flowers at your new house.
Do you think that I could help too?
Of course you can. Hey, what's your favorite flower?
You led us on a merry chase, Aerith.
Sung.
Is there a Eurydice there?
No, it's just...
Okay. I was just wondering if I was
Before
that,
you
like,
say
that
another
inspired.
word, know that
No.
your options are limited.
It's Yang all over again.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe that is how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I don't know. I've been always saying Sang.
There's nothing to be scared of, okay? How about we make a deal?
I wonder if they'll ever make you fight him. I partially ask because you never do in the original game.
Probably not.
If this all leads to Advent children, characters like him and Rufus, I'm gonna need explanations of why they're not dead. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying I'm gonna need those explanations. He's more plausible because I can see what they're doing and something like that. But like,
Let me finish this already.
Rufus is kind of obliterated. I don't think my party could survive the attack he gets hit with.
Two birds with one
Well, I know in Advent Children he's basically crippled, isn't he?
No, he stands up and fights later.
Oh, yeah.
He's just bullshitting yet again.
I remember his face was all like...
He does have geostigma.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What the hell?
But the whole wheelchair thing is just him, like... acting
Hamming it up.
Yeah.
Just
Forgot
like
about
you.
that, you're right.
So suck it up, because I'm not leaving.
Damn it! You want to explain yourself, partner?
That was a cool movie. I won't say that it was a good movie, but it was a cool movie.
No, I watched it too many times back when it came out.
Where's Aaron?
You know, there's a lot of movies out there that I will tell you, man, that was a really cool movie. It was not a good movie.
Okay.
We can still stop this, right?
Yeah. Oh, you took the go, okay. Like, why you teleport out of here?
I don't know about you, but I'm over this shit.
And dodge.
How do you act
Paralyzed
like
me. I knew I was gonna hit by that, I should have dodged, but I didn't think it was gonna paralyze me.
No, this game really hates it when you tank it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm not going to say that I've not been impressed with just how much you've just been like, no, I'm brute forcing this, fuck you.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of frustrating too, though. Alright, wait. Looking for a way out. This game has been so avoiding a straightforward path, despite having straightforward paths, that, like, now I'm confused without a straightforward path.
Move aside.
Make way! Cut it through!
These things like that. doesn't at first. There's a certain amount of like, it's kind of like in Elden Ring. There's a certain amount of like, you get stuff in a row with like more damage to it. I don't know why, but.
That's that.
Well, with like games like Elden Ring, they're just giving you the total damage that you've done to that point. But there is a damage. There are combo damage bonuses in that game.
Yeah. It does have to be a huge combo. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Well, I've noticed it's like that in this too. It's any time that my combo for some reason isn't quick enough.
Oh, hey, you were gonna change the lightning.
Yeah. Probably enough for one thing.
I'm also impressed that you've gone this far on just the Buster Sword, because I would have already switched over to other weapons by now.
Well, I mean, I guess I would have if I felt the need to. I'd get to been like, man, I'm just hurting for strength or something. But...
It's not a strength thing; it's an ability thing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I like the abilities I have.
Well, you keep braver.
But I would lose the one that dashes me over to him, right?
I want to say you keep them all. You have to unlock them through using the weapon.
Ah! Okay, I didn't know that.
So I think that's how it works. Pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, those abilities get like experience or some shit.
Okay. Now I'll go through the materials spot.
It's that one. There you go. Wait.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, okay.
You mind me to take my lightning material off before I fight Reno?
Yeah.
I just, he usually has some kind of resistance to it, straight up immunity, you know what I mean?
Come on, wherever the hell you are!
I don't hit you with it,
Move aside.
Make way. Coming through.
please. Yeah, there you go. Then I can hit him.
Here we go. Enough. Let's do this. You're mine.
It's over.
I also hope in Rebirth there's more than one Magnify and one Elemental and one of a bunch of other damn support materia. That is so frustrating to me. Encourage me to play your game, damn it.
It's not the way.
Man, you suck at hiding!
Dang. Oh. You know what my problem was? I got in danger because I thought the game was in.
What's up, guy?
I was so sure, like, what you know of video game design. The way I ran is very new.
Yeah, you better run!
Ooh, I thought I was behind something.
Stay sharp.
You don't need to tell me twice.
I'll shoot.
No, come over here, Keith. Let's fight from over here where we're not getting attacked.
Keep up.
Too easy.
Fortunately, they're concentrating on your nut, or should be the buff. So I need to, well,
I'm set.
I realized that you can do like stuff set up. Yeah, I'll wait to do it when I get it.
You're dead, Pete. See ya. Mow him down.
Lucky I stretched. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right, it's over. Back in it. Let's do this.
Yes.
Still solved the same way?
Yes, but with more hits.
Ah. Ah, that's what I'm going to say. Opposite side of where I went. That's the guns again.
Well, if this is how you want to play it, that's fine by me.
Wait, no, not past these guns. Dang, what? Where'd you like that, right? Did I count it? Aha!
Save us all some time and give up.
I'd only have this if you get ahead of me. Game's like conspires against me. It's like, NPCs supposed to go this too fast.
It's like escort missions. They're either too fast or too slow.
Yeah, I will say I don't have to keep these people alive, fortunately.
Nah.
So, how'd you guys rate my latest and greatest design? 11 out of 10? Today's your unlucky day, because I never miss.
Explosions. As many explosions are going off on this thing, like,
Stay sharp.
You don't need to tell me twice.
how come it hasn't already fallen over?
Well, I mean, they're doing security.
Looks like you guys are having the time of your life. What?
Seems we've lost control of the top floor.
Our guys are seriously struggling to take down these assholes?
Anyway, we may need to intervene in person.
Whatever you say, partner. Keep them busy, will ya?
Oh, didn't realize you guys.
More of the guys.
Stay sharp.
You don't need to tell me
It
twice.
might have. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention.
All right. Let's do this. Move aside.
Make way. Coming through.
I thought I was.
Gotta do something.
You're going fast.
Can you fight?
I got it.
Too easy. Nothing to it.
Oh, I forgot you doesn't have that. Yeah.
Let's switch it up.
Watch yourself.
Taking over. That's that. Sorry. Feeling good. Let's do this. That'll do. Time to get serious.
Bring it.
Don't overdo it.
All set. Good luck.
My
Hold
turn.
this.
All good. You're done. Deal with that.
Okay, let's go. Give him your all.
One just appeared after I didn't see where I had to go for a little while.
Jesse! Jeez. Tifa. If you could see the look on your face. So, you're the guy who gets to hear my last words. Lucky me.
Like hell they're your last.
It's okay, Cloud. It's okay. They were my bombs. They were all my victims.
Just try to hang on.
So dramatic. I just wish that I could have had you over again. Everyone.
Again? Did she really ever have him over the first time?
She successfully got Cloud to go over to her house.
To believe.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. You owe me a pizza.
That's right. I do. But I don't think. Oh no. Tifa's crying. Did I say something wrong? Don't you guys have somewhere to be? It's not polite to stare, you know. Jesse.
Hey.
Is that another chapter?
No, that's just a checkpoint.
Ah, okay. Everything behind me is exploding.
Explosions. It's like Michael Bay had a hand in making this part.
Yeah, actually, color scheme and everything, yeah.
You know, I wonder how often, like, they reach out to these kind of Hollywood directors and like, hey, don't forget to change your materia.
Oh, yeah. What does he tend to do? Do you think I should do elemental on attack? I should do it on, like... Actually, I don't think I can do it on defense. Yeah, we don't have any connected. I think I might have been able to buy some, but I didn't worry about that. Let's see. Ooh, I need to prepare it. Yep. Yeah, they're the same number of stuff. This isn't connected. What does she have? Oh yeah, she has to hit everybody, but I'm gonna...
Just put that on Cloud or Tifa.
Yeah, and I'll put it on Cloud. I'll put that on instead of Elemental. So like, alright. Oh wait, that's what I found there.
It's nice you can do it that way.
Yeah. Actually, oh, I don't think we know that. Actually, I'll put it in here now. Ah, need to level that up.
Have you gotten the assault gun yet with...
You yet? You hear me? Think you can come up in here and do what you want?
I had not paid attention that my controller turned off.
Everyone wonders why I'm playing and use the reverse ones is because it's his PlayStation.
When I get caught up looking at having to look at other stuff, I sometimes forget, like, oh shit, I need to move the thumbstick or something.
Ready?
Yep.
I wonder if there's any modern game cutscenes on the people controls for that.
You know, it's been a while since Hideo Kojima made like a game, so I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. It's been a while. Well, no. I guess Death Stranding's not that long ago.
How long ago is it? Was it about 5 years, something like that?
Oh no, it hasn't been quite that long.
Not even that long?
I don't think so. Maybe 3 or 4 years. Maybe 4 at most. Oh, well, you know.
Personal, bitch.
I might just be thinking about steps with the high points.
Miss me.
You're next, asshole.
Sorry, losers. Gotta play for keeps today. No time to dick around.
Plate separation
2019, 4 years.
awaiting confirmation.
Nearly 5.
Plate separation authorized.
So yeah, you know what? You're right. I hate time.
Yeah? You know you don't. Not when I'm working.
Plate separation authorized. Awaiting confirmation.
Press it. Now. shit on us.
Wicked running away, baby.
Be like, hey, you want to equip like
Guess they figured you had your opportunity.
yeah,
I guess I ain't got one.
How did they have more bar? Was he doing something that was like either stunning me or taking my bar enough that I wasn't doing?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I was about to be like, should I not? Can you cast it not all?
Why don't you just have someone else cast it?
Well, I probably will. But I just realized that I guess I can't cast the non-diminished version of it.
Take it from here.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Like I said, I would have just had someone else cast it. Heal materia is literally like raining from the damn sky in this game.
Yeah. Well, and I did, I have set there up more magic use than I had to.
Bring it home.
I got it.
Gotta love it.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. You get out of the way when the helicopter was doing this thing?
Hmm.
Oh wait, did she have that on there? No, I did not forgot that. Oh no, I didn't. I forgot to. I'm glad I was.
Taking over. Here we go. Come on. Okay. Bring it.
Did he?
Yep. Didn't stop my, didn't stop my, I have to say, you know one of the things that makes this game so tedious? Is I know that that's going to get rid of distraction. Although some of the stuff so far is doing stage 2, I lost my
I see you're doing whatever the hell you want.
That's something that, that's a direct complaint about this.
Guess I'm rubbing off.
I actually have. No, okay, I'm not even fighting him anymore.
You're up.
My turn.
No, not you.
Alright, watch and learn. Run complete. Reload.
What's his name gonna come back out?
All
Yeah.
set.
Didn't counter it though. Ooh.
Let's do this.
See? Just takes more hits.
You're up.
I got this. No more games. It's over.
Get cocky now.
Clear out now.
Taking over. Don't overdo it.
Yeah. Out. Come get some.
Yeah.
There.
yourself.
Let's do this.
Oh wait, is he not a Token anymore?
No.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Keep us together.
Need my help.
All set. For you.
Taking over.
Cloud. Bucket grass kick for sec.
Deal with that.
You're gonna player it.
Gotta love it. I'm out of room.
Yeah. Actually, you know the dude and a helicopter.
Damn it.
Lift your wings, huh?
I was planning to join you anyway.
Any landing you can walk away from. Come on, let's teach him the first two-step.
Suck on this.
Hey, take the lead. What happens when you mess with the Turks?
I got this.
I'm waiting.
There's even a fight.
But it ain't.
Get ready.
Guess it's my turn.
Let me.
Got some number.
It's on you.
I got this. Bring it.
Okay. Now.
Going all out.
Still here. All set. No need to.
Hang back. Never again. Come on.
Give it up.
Ooh, there you go. Looks like he's coming down to you, so you'll catch him with it.
Slightly downward.
Nice.
Don't think you'll walk away from this.
Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you? You got this.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, got rude. Oh wait, did I get both of them with that?
Separation authorized.
Wow,
Awaiting
you missed it, John. I
confirmation.
finished them both off with 1 minute break.
Metal. I'll catch it in the replay, I swear.
How do we stop it?
Who knows?
Where are you going? Move! Getting real tired of your shit.
Keep up!
Where'd you?
Sure, is you seen in this week anything like the drill or the boxing glove?
I want to say you get the atomic scissors. Pretty sure. I think you get a melee weapon of his.
Initiated. Commencing separation sequence. Section 1 separation imminent.
The only character who has only range is
Late separation initiated.
You son of a bitch! What have you done?
part of the reason I asked if Wutai will be
What do we
in
do?
the next game or the one after that. How long will it be until the return of Granero?
Nothing you can do now.
You can't
I bet
do
he's in the
this.
next one. Like, I bet he shows up in Costa del Sol.
Marlene!
I
My
can see
Marlene!
that, yeah.
What did you do with her?
No, okay, he either shows up in Juneau, or Costa del Sol, or...
Yeah. Do you think those 3 thugs will show up in the other ones? I haven't killed them.
Yes, they will. And the other... Kingdom Hearts will show up too, I bet.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
And Johnny, of course. Johnny will be there.
Well, yeah. If they kill him off, then I'll be like, whoa. I didn't see that.
Wonder how far Johnny will make it.
Yeah.
Disc 7 just gives up on Johnny's story.
Yeah, the last time you see him is supposed to be solid.
Yeah, it is.
So, you know, like, I can't think of any other point to use maybe he might have get a big guard, but I don't think so. And he's not in even close to the solid, is he?
Yeah. I mean, it seems to make sense, Johnny, to show up and say, Cosmo Canyon.
Yeah. I could see them using him all over the place.
Over here!
I'm kind of curious why they added a fiber. Is this part of the game always acts like a feeling of like you don't know if you're about to die? But like, it doesn't actually have a timer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in the original game, there's whole part where you're like, what are we gonna do? Is it glorified cutscene? Controlling it.
I remember when I was a kid. Oh my god, I was a kid. This was like the most exciting scene in this game. This is like the most exciting thing I'd seen in a game at this point in my life.
I've noticed that this isn't taking a somber to take on the scene. Like, after we do this, I actually want to look up the scene in the original game, and I feel like it's got a more quiet, haunting feel to it, you know what I mean? Less like, man, action's going on, more like, holy shit, the city's falling on the other city, you know what I mean? I'm not saying there's none of that shit. This is a little more like, a little more, well, I guess a different kind of genre, you know what I mean? The other one is, when you play it, you're like, will we make it? You know, you don't even know if Barrett's gonna go over and grab that wire and be like, jump on my back. You all do it super slow. I was surprised just how fast they left here. They're all like, action out! I'm not saying it's a bad way to do it, just a different take, I think.
Yeah.
No, but I know what you mean. It's like, that was, I think, the first breathtaking scene in the game. You know what I mean? Like, because sure, the original will go down, but like, there were just elements of it, and you really felt like you couldn't see it all happening while it was happening, you know?
And some of the angles that they use, like, whenever the plate's coming down on 7th Heaven,
yeah,
and people are like going from casually walking out of the bar to running away from it.
Or just like giving up and ducking down or whatever. Yeah.
Or like the guy that just kind of like looking up at like the news guy that's like looking up at the screen that looks up before it turns to static.
Yeah. Well, and as that's happening, you see the plate coming down in the window in the background. Yeah.
There's so much good shit in that scene. There's so much, you know, Final Fantasy directors to that point, I think that they were thinking like, they weren't thinking like movie directors, they were thinking like novel editors.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad way to think with those older RPGs.
Oh yeah.
Because you really, I don't know how cinematic you could get with Final Fantasy IV or VI as presented.
Well,
I mean, not that they don't have their moments, but they feel more like they feel like they would translate better to a print media.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, okay. Something that Seven and then like was trying to get rid of and 8 obliterated was using your imagination to tell what was going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that is one thing that really made them feel like books. I mean, you're right, the old Final Fantasy games really felt like novels or something like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of light novel or something, you know, like...
God damn it!
Kind of like, not like heavy fantasy, but kind of like that, like, kind of the pulp fantasy stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, because there's tons of scenes where, like, I bet you and I interpret it totally differently just from the way we imagine emoting or something like that, or not emoting, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I don't know how... I'm curious how well they do this in games like Dissidia. I never picture, like, Terra emoting until, like, partway through her You Find Her Again scene.
It was us.
You know what I mean?
We
And even
did
then,
this.
not much. But, like, I don't know. For all I know, she's supposed to be doing it all over the place.
Yeah.
You can't think like that. Whatever came before it was Shinra that pulled the trigger to
there are some things, though, that they just plain changed. Because it's like, there are aspects of this where you can see Barrett better, but then in some ways it's just a different Barrett. Because, oh, shit. Damn. Has nothing I've said all night been any, like, recorded at all?
No, I think it still records when it's back.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
But,
just happened to notice that, so that was probably really weird for the camera, like, what's he doing?
But, they gave Barrett very different eyes. I would say that's the biggest difference in his new character design. Because think about how intense Barrett's eyes were in the original game. Even on his little, like, in-game sprite. If you had him up near the screen, he was all like...
Had that mean face going on, yeah.
Like, I don't know. And that was just such an important part of his character to me, and part of the way... I guess, because there was so little to go off of. You know, that, like, I find that as a strike. I find, because Cloud's eyes are different, but they're not as different. I'd say Tifa probably has the most same eyes so far.
Aerith found her.
Probably followed by Aerith. But, you know, they probably were like, they're too many people's waifus, we can't change their eyes that much.
Yeah. That's her.
You know something I've noticed they've backed up on in this from Advent Children, though, is, like, they kind of did a weird thing with Tifa's teeth in that. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of made them pronounced to the point where, like, they kind of pushed her lip up a little bit.
You sure?
You know what I mean? And it kind of made her face just look different. And they have a little bit of that going on in this, but not as much. And I always thought that was a change from the Tifa design, because part of the reason I point that out is the Advent Children Tifa is the one that shows up in, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 and later. Like, it starts being the Advent Children versions of them, and so she looked like that in that, even though that didn't have as good a graphics as this, which technically has better graphics than that movie did. Because, you know, it's funny, because Tifa in that was better rendered than this, but she wasn't always on screen you couldn't see her as well, or like Barrett or anything, you know. I mean, look how well you can just see Barrett.
Yeah.
Like, all the little details, like, there's levels of detail that I could see here even though I'm not zoomed in, that if you zoomed into pictures on... You remember in, like, Soul Calibur 2? That was... when I partially bring it up, because when I originally saw that, I was like, this is some good graphics.
Yeah.
But, like, they had those, like, you could zoom into the character model stills or whatever.
How could this happen?
And it was all, like, super detailed, but, like, it's still not as detailed as this is. It's just crazy. And I partially say that because this is a less realistic style.
Well, I mean, this has to be rendered real time, so you can't just do like it is in Advent Children, because that's so much more graphical power. I mean, it takes a day to render, like, 20 minutes.
Aerith's house. It's in the Sector 5 slums.
And that's
I wonder how powerful the computers are that it takes that long. Because I know it takes that long, but like,
tell me she is. Give me
I wonder how
something
much
to hang
Bitcoin
on
you
to.
could mine on a Hollywood computer. Think of those graphic cards, man. Nah.
So
I know that does not say what I would use it for, but like, I mean,
that's kind of a standard nowadays. You know, I mean, really think about it. Like a graphics card that could render that level of stuff, or the modern equivalent to it. Like, how powerful is that?
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say too. When I built my first PC, if you were doing any sort of like video editing and you did not have at least 8 gigs of RAM in your PC,
that must be why the Turks wanted her so badly.
How long ago was that?
That was around 2012.
So what is it now?
Well, I have 16 gigs of DDR4 in my current rig, which isn't like... That's not awesome. That's okay. That's pretty good. I mean, I would like to have 32. And that's what I would say would be kind of like your bare minimum. And I would recommend it being DDR5 over DDR4.
So if you're wanting to make anything that looks truly professional, you need at least that.
Well, that's not like...
Like, what's my question is more like, what's professional grade nowadays? Like, what are we talking about? If you, like, let's say we were producing something.
So, what I would say to that is that you could create professional-looking stuff on a lesser rig. What I would tell you that difference is efficiency.
So more days to render it and stuff?
Yeah, so I mean, it would just take you more time to do the work on the lesser rig.
Okay.
But you could still feasibly get it... You could get something done. Because there's people that make some pretty amazing shit on, like, laptops.
Yeah.
So... It's possible. Like, it's possible I could work on a
over there,
a low budget Hollywood film on this computer. Now, I'm taking forever with it because I've got to wait longer for it to do shit, and it's probably not going to process certain information as fast, and I'd probably have to do a lot of workaround kind of stuff. But I would say that there would probably come a point where I would just say it is absolutely impossible to run the necessary software to do what I need to edit this in the way that I need to.
They were both in pretty bad shape. But Wedge wasn't up there with them.
But like I said, low budget. No. Definitely no Tom Cruise in this movie.
Come on now. There's no need to be afraid. I've been thinking, y'all. We gotta go find the others.
Huh?
If we don't look for them, who will?
Right.
Hey, Cloud. Gonna need your help with it, too.
Right.
A lot of the extra stuff in this game kind of makes me think of that Return of the Dark Sorcerer game.
Okay.
I've been playing recently because something that does do a lot of, most of it's optional, but it does a lot of like adding bits to conversations or little things you do where it's like kind of like to make it less video gamey and more like a story, I guess you could say. Like after you get that game's equivalent to Sabin, they're like, well, don't you want to go back and tell his wife he died? It's like you can technically do that in the original game, but she's always like, oh, he didn't die. But in this game, you know, you go back and you talk to her and you have this whole conversation and everything, and like, I'm not saying it's bad or anything, it's just, it's similar kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is racist Eris' house. Because there's been a lot in this that has made me think of that kind of stuff that's in that.
Here's something I'll say this game does better than the original, is tone. Because when you come back to Eris's house to see if Marlene's there, it's just the regular music and pace and everything.
I think she is.
You still run into enemies, you still run into this, you still run into that.
They did have a scene that, maybe I missed it while we were talking, but I don't think they had a scene with Cloud that they had. I didn't pass it up, did I?
No.
Okay.
It's right there.
So, like, that's it over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I gotta go this way. I guess I can go this way.
Yeah.
But, they didn't have a scene in this where Cloud was all like, I guess freaking out or whatever about, I guess not freaking out, but where he like just kind of like stopped talking to everybody and walked off. I mean, I guess they maybe just made me do it, but like, and I remember at one point playing that game in, I want to say more recent times, but it was so long ago now, but like after it had been a long time that I had played it, where I forgot that Cloud does that, and you have to walk far enough away from them to, because he walks off by himself and puts you on the screen by yourself, and you're just Cloud. It's in the area that has the hell houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is walk just a little bit, and they come and they're like, "Hey, Cloud, where you go?" And he's like, "I'm going to find Eris, or Marlene, or whatever." And
that's the house.
Marlene!
I got stuck on that screen basically because you can't go back to the previous screen, and I just wasn't walking far enough, and I was like, do I got to run into a number of battles? What do I do? I just can't remember. And so I ran into like a bunch of battles and almost totally ran out of resources, and I was like, well, I'll try to leave the other side of the screen. And so I ran into that thing, and, you know, they came over and stuff. It's just like, I don't know.
That was a screen when my first couple of playthroughs, I got stuck on that screen a bunch of times. Because on old CRT televisions, sometimes the graphics were just grainy enough that certain background details didn't translate.
I'm pretty sure I know the exact piece of wood you're talking about. But whenever I go through the game and I run through that section, I'm always thinking, I gotta go back here and grind for money, but it's because I used to run my money down buying tons of materia, and I always had to buy enough to stay at the inn for that guy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was so broke that I didn't even have like the 100 to do that or whatever.
Is she here? Barrett.
Or to like to buy batteries, stuff like that. Like, I need more monies.
Sorry, I'm Barry. Marlene's my little girl. Marlene, she's got short hair. She's cute as a button, but with the heart of an angel. She was wearing, pink. She was wearing a pink dress today.
Upstairs.
Oh.
I said she's sleeping.
I want to see her too. Come on, let's go look in on her.
Oh, they're gonna make me do it. I'll talk to Elmira first.
You know, this is a detail I kind of just caught. What type of TV is that?
Like, oh, is it a brand-wise?
No. It's a CRT television.
There was totally one of those in Eris's house.
I know. In the 90s.
Oh, you're saying the game should be updated? I mean, so far it's been future 90s technology up to this point. This is, you know, in the amazing world of 2002. No, actually, I think... Isn't this set in the year... Isn't this game so 7, like, obsessed that, like, isn't the year basically set, like their version, like the Shinra calendar, isn't it, like, after the war in Wutai, so it's year 7 and stuff like that?
I don't remember that. But I mean, there was like a lot of like large screen like TVs. I don't know. I guess I hadn't paid that much attention because I kind of just expect them to be like flat screens. I thought that's what they were.
Hey, I could be wrong. I know what you mean. Like, when you say that, I do realize that there were a lot of flat screens, like in the Shinra building, and like, what kind of... They had one in the downstairs of the... Whatchamacallit, didn't they? Hanging on the wall, so, you know? We need to look at it. Maybe she did have a flat screen over there. Is it... It may literally be nostalgia bait.
Back there.
Like, remember the 90s? When things were cool?
Because she's an ancient. That it?
There was something that made the 90s different than most decades. That was when it was cool to be
she told
cool.
you about that. She must trust you all a great
Just so
deal.
we're all clear, we were never cool.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Yes.
Actually, I look forward to a time when my son will ask me if I was ever cool, so I can tell him, Lord, no.
She's not my daughter. Not by blood, I mean. If that's what you were wondering. About 15 years ago. My husband, he'd been shipped off to fight on the front lines. But then I received a letter saying he'd be home for a bit.
Oh, maybe it wasn't the Wutai
So
War.
when the day
I want to
came,
say it is
I
like
went
year
to the
7. Maybe
station
it's
to meet him.
1997 in the game. Like, there's a lot of 7 stuff. Like, I kind of stumbled across that at one point, but there's like a weird amount of like 7s in the game, in addition to the ones that are obvious, like him going to level 7 at the beginning, or it's lucky 7s or stuff like that.
I wanna, isn't it like if you get 4 7s in damage, it's like an instant kill on a lot of enemies?
I don't know about that. I'd believe it. Like, I know that if your hit points ever get 777, you hit people a bunch of times with 7,777 damage.
Maybe that's what it was.
And that's how I met her.
There is an exploit in the game that lets you do that, actually. I don't, maybe it's not an exploit, but like...
maybe they'd run away from Wall Market.
Choco Buckle,
or that they were
right?
topsiders fallen on hard times.
I think so.
You can make it to where it does amounts of damage that will get your hit points there.
Take
they did,
somewhere safe.
they, like...
Those were
you
her
can't use
mother's
the
dying
cat spell
words.
to do it, though.
Hmm.
Because it'll, like, put your hit points to an even number. Like, if you have... I don't remember if it usually heals you 2 and it heals you 1 if you have odd hit points or vice versa or something like that, but it will never, you'll never hit 7777 with the cat spell. I've tried it. And, like, I remember looking and watching the amount of hit points and stuff.
She
but,
was
like,
a real chatterbox.
I don't remember if I've ever actually... I feel like maybe at least once I've gotten it to work.
Like how she and her
But
mother had
it's kind of like limit breaks in 6.
And how she wasn't sad.
Which I found out
because her
recently,
mother
part of the
had
reason it's so
just
hard to get them to work in
returned to their
6
planet.
is because enough time has to gone on in the battle before it can even happen.
I didn't understand any of it at the time.
And only one could happen per battle.
When I asked if she meant one in the sky, she said no. This one, right here. I mean, what can you say to that?
Because, you know, something I don't tend to think about when it comes to 7, but this is making me think about, is like, are there even religious beliefs in the world of Final Fantasy VII, or is it a completely secular world aside from maybe like Wutai? I guess they have religious beliefs. Does anyone else?
A man you really, really love
There are churches in
just died.
Midgar. There's one.
Yeah, but a church of
Came a
what?
long way to say goodbye.
Fair point.
But he couldn't stay because he had to return to the planet.
Because you're right, there is a church. But it's like, like in that, it's essentially totally abandoned. Like, those kids only ever hang out there.
Of course.
Because they're taking care of the flowers and stuff. You know what I mean?
A
Like,
few days later, I received a letter saying my husband had been killed.
People do say the word God in Final Fantasy VII, but it's kind of hard to tell if it's meant in an expressive way.
who says it other than Yuffie? I know she says
Things
it.
like that.
That's like one of her things she says. It's like, oh
It was a lot
God.
to deal with. We were
But yeah, but I mean, is she saying it as an expression
Oh
or
yeah,
as
yeah. It
like?
doesn't even spell it like God when she says it. It's GAWD or something like that.
Well, you also got to remember too that a lot of these games go through some like localization changes.
Oh yeah, no, I
and
know.
this was back when that was still like a pretty big thing. Like you,
Well, I kind of wonder if it's something they even say in Japanese.
yeah.
I mean,
that I don't know.
Because, like, I kind of wonder what the cussing's like in Japanese and how American the cussing is, because they have, like, one cuss word.
So I said, who are the ancients?
It's basically equivalent to shit. Being like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't remember what it is. It's like show or something like that. You know, but that's something that tends to change when stuff gets translated. Not always, but it tends to, as though, I guess, vary up appropriately the cuss words. That's sometimes in anime. That's why they have really weird cussing, because they don't. They just throw stuff in there. But like,
which is why Shinra would like very much for Aerith to help.
You're wrong. I'm not an ancient.
But Aerith, even when you're all alone,
This does not like.
whispering secrets.
This does not seem like Shinra.
But all
Like
three of us
everything
knew
else this
it
company
wasn't true.
does, where they just
That
basically
man
like,
knew
we own you.
exactly who Aerith was.
But this is the
Come
one
from
thing where they're like,
what she could do.
okay, but you gotta come willingly. That's the only way these experiments work.
Well,
you know,
Turks I know.
She had to come willingly, otherwise it wouldn't work, they said. That's why.
that's something that's
Even
only
if
in
they
this
did
version,
take her
though.
away,
Like,
I'm
they
sure
always,
she's still gonna
Eris
be
always
treated
said she
like a
just got
guest.
away from him and stuff. Although
they'll send her
it
straight
was
back
always
home
weird that she
once they
knew
get what they
Sung
need.
very well. That's also part of her backstory. But like,
You're not planning anything, are you?
Well, no, that was kind of in the original
make
too,
things
because they
worse
show
than
up at
they
her house.
already
Like, well, surely, Earth, you hear all of these voices, and she's
I
just
know.
like, no, and then jets out,
Yeah,
and
I
just
said,
like,
but she runs away in that part, and by video game logic, that's getting away. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I'm not saying that this more explanation isn't needed in modern
Maybe she's
storytelling,
right
but
about
like,
this. Maybe they'll let Aerith go when it's
I
over.
it's just something that kind of didn't make sense because of the
we'd
cartoon
be better
logic
off
of the
waiting
game.
a
I mean,
little
kind of like how many times does Cloud just go and dress up as a soldier or something, and or some, you know, just walk into some place and they're like, hey, how'd you get all the way in here? You know, I mean, like I don't know.
Up on the bar.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of wonder how when you go down under Junin to the Junin reactor is going to play out. Because if they're going to try to make it be logical, it can't play out the way it did.
I'm thinking they're gonna have to cut out swaths of this story.
Wait, are we leaving yet?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Like, because they're doing 3 games, and I'm not sure how far the next game gets, but I cannot imagine that it is past Northern Crater.
Okay.
I just can't. I really can't imagine that it goes any further than the end of Disc 1.
So how are we supposed to
Well,
get back
okay,
inside?
let's pretend for a moment it does. How interested would you be in a game that was, and here's it leading up to Advent Children?
This ancient girl knows her stuff. Didn't mean anything.
I'd be interested. I mean, I'm this invested so far. So that's not what, like, that's not the killer for me. The killer is more like, but okay, what are we cutting out so we can add to whatever?
What have you? Has there been anything like I should have paid closer attention, but is there anything you felt that they've cut out of this game so far?
No, not really. No, I can't think of anything they've cut out. They've only added to Midgar, because you couldn't have, like, really thinking about it, you could not have this detailed of a Midgar and have the world map. Because it would be...
Is that not where I'm going? Okay.
No, you're headed back to...
But both they and the visual representation would tell me I can't go that way, but I'll try. But,
no, you couldn't have, like, Midgar be this detailed and then not come back. That would be a huge waste of resources in a game like this, where backtracking isn't just encouraged, it's a part of the gameplay loop. So to have a game that requires a bunch of backtracking and then you don't have access to more than half of the game, or even like a large chunk of the game, that sucks. Honestly, that sucked in like the original, but there was just so much after it right then, like at retail.
No, yeah. I don't know, I guess I always thought that was part of the point of Midgar. Like, I'm not saying I liked it originally or anything, but was that you can't go back, you know, that it's It's kind of like it's like Vault 101, you know. And I mean, that game is really like, you know, fuck you about like, oh, you can go back, but you can't stay.
Yeah, but
like,
but both Vault 101 and Midgar are such a small part of the game. And to present the large Midgar that they wanted to in this game, you could not have that much work and then just say, see ya.
So do you think like you'd feel that way more if like 101 was like the first 12 to 20 hours of the game?
Yes.
Like you actually had to go all the phases of your life, actually build up relationship with Amado, positive or negative, stuff like that.
Well, okay, if the developer is going to go through that much trouble to present it to me, then yeah, my presumption is going to be that it's an important part of the game, and that I'm going to be spending a lot of time there, and I'm going to be coming back to this place a lot.
So that doesn't apply as much to games where that's not as normal in them, like, because I guess I'm so used to playing games where like you can't go back to any of it, but not these kinds of games, to be fair. So
yeah, I mean, when you're playing Mario Brothers, no, you're not going back to like level 2, 3. But that gameplay loop doesn't require or focus on, like, backtracking either. It's, here's the challenge, next challenge, next challenge, next challenge. Where this is, okay, you can explore this area, but then you need to get this to explore this part of the area.
You know, you saying that makes me wonder how they're going to deal with stuff like the fire cave. I wonder if they'll let you miss anything to that degree, like you can miss, like, oh, that spear, and everything, well, not everything in the fire cave, but most of the stuff in the fire cave, you don't get the Leviathan skills, both in that, like, part before you grab the submarine.
It's blocked.
Of course, that's something I wonder how they'll handle, the submarine. Both as a vehicle and as a mini-game.
Well,
like, do you think you'll have the boats and stuff? I mean, I know it was a airplane, but like the tiny Bronco and the submarine and the what was it called? The like ATV or whatever?
I think so. Here's what I'm going to speculate. While there will be more to explore to Junin, maybe even more to do there, I don't know that there'll be as much story there. And I imagine Fort Condor will not be in the game.
I mean, it's a mini-game in the expansion, right?
I believe so. I've not played the expansion yet. We will probably run through that as part of all of this. So actually, that might take an extra day, because I was kind of anticipating through... No, yeah, that'll definitely take more time.
Yeah, until you mentioned Fort Condor, I actually forgot about the expansion.
Let's see here. I think that they'll cut out Fort Condor, or it will be very brief. I mean, it's brief in the original, but...
Well, you know, it's funny. You know what the true importance of Fort Condor is? It's an inn without being committed to the story. You can still hang out in the area and have unlimited access to an inn and shop without having to go to Junin and be like, well, doing the story now.
And hopefully they explain North Coral better. Because I do not understand how North Coral is a fucking tent town. I can see it being like a more budget-friendly place to visit while you're going to Gold Saucer, but as the primary entrance to Gold Saucer Town.
Well, I actually, that's something I've long thought they're probably going to have them not be literally right next to each other. I have a feeling that a lot of that is video game logic. Because if you think about it, the screen that has the lift is almost like it's almost, not quite, but it's almost like it's a completely different area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. That's why I've always wondered about that. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. I was really thrown off the first time I hit that point of the game because I was like, wait, what's this transition? What are we doing? I thought he was telling me his backstory. We're getting on this car, we're going to an amusement park. What? Why? Like, as in, like, literally, story-wise, why are they going here? Aside from the fact that I can't find anywhere else to go. But that's not a story reason. I wasn't, like, too worried about story back then or anything. It's just more like, I really didn't get why we were suddenly doing this.
Your brain was looking for logic in an illogical situation.
Yeah, like, I originally, like, basically, I don't want to say I didn't pay attention, but, like, didn't track the story in that whole part and forgot about it. The next time I went through, I was so confused. Oh shit, I should have put fire or lightning back on. Oh wait, he still does have lightning.
What else? I think... I'm trying to think of what you can cut out.
Well, I mean, we've postulated that they'll probably cut out the whole, like, you said about Mr. Dolphin's not in it, so probably everyone else associated with Mr. Dolphin's not in it?
No, that fight's still in the game.
Ah, what about the little girl?
I don't know.
If she is, and she gives you summon material, I wonder which one it will be, since I already have Shiva.
No, that won't be a thing in the next one. You're starting fresh.
Ah, really?
Yep.
That is one thing I had long wondered about it.
Well, their thing is that
I mean,
they don't want to give people that didn't play this one an unfair advantage to people that hadn't played this one.
I mean, because they'd start with stuff?
Yeah.
You know, what I think I would have handled it would be having a starting package of stuff, but being able to bring over what you have from this one.
So, apparently everybody starts at level 20.
Huh, interesting. I wonder why it's 20.
I think... Hold on.
Take it from here.
I mean, I could think of reasons, but, like, I wonder what it is.
Need to heal up. Need a breather. Alright! Watch it look!
The characters in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will start at the average level that players had them at when they left Midgar in the first game.
So it's based on metadata.
Alright. Let's switch it up. Need to heal up. I'll do better next time. Promise.
But as far as I understand it, there will be no, like, save file transfer. But there will be a introduction to explain what happened in the previous game. It'll probably be that video that we caught, or that I tried to show you earlier.
Yeah. That guy was new. I remember there being some kind of sweeper somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that exact one. Of course. There are other robots and tanks and stuff when you return to Midgar, right? Like, the last time you run into sweepers is the Junin reactor stuff on the way down there, but not necessarily, like, all the way down there, right?
I think so.
I remember those guys being really dangerous, and I wonder how dangerous they'll be. Because remember, those last sweepers were, like, could really get you from the We should rename the series to Paralyzed Again. And Asleep.
Good job.
Whatever, man. Let's go.
Okay, Barrett.
It's like, soon if I give you another compliment.
You guys are more dangerous than they were in the original game, but I'm not as bothered because they don't, as far as I know, steal my shit. I guess they did steal some gold from me in the battle, but they haven't been stealing my straight up items, I don't think.
As long as they don't get away, you get it back.
Ooh. I forgot his is so slow. Tifa's spoiled me. You can just do it over and over and over and over again.
You been doing Aerith's?
You know, I don't even think to do it with her. What is her?
It's called Tempest.
Where you just push triangle?
Yeah.
Huh. Is it a magic attack?
I think so.
Damn. I thought I was still on the edge of it. Oh, it's another one of those guys.
A ranged attack that can be charged up by holding to deal more damage. So it's charge shot.
Okay.
Bring it home. Taking over.
Really? It's not over yet.
All right, watch and learn. Here it comes. Give them hell.
Oh, there's more, these guys keep showing up. More of them than I thought.
Let's do this. So long. That's it. Deal with that.
About damn time. You got this.
All set.
Bam.
Keep those gloves up.
Sure thing, Coach.
You just tore into him.
I would have done so sooner if I realized it was one of those guys early on. But then as I started having to like
started throwing you around, you're like, oh shit, it's one of these guys.
Well, I mean, I think he'd already done that once or twice. It was more like I actually saw his model and I was like, oh. I thought that guy was, I guess I didn't think they'd become common enemies. They're not that bad, it's just, I wasn't expecting one. The sweeper was much worse than he was. This is the most consistent battles I've had so far. It's, I guess, probably somewhat making up for the fact that I haven't been doing much battles for a while. Because there actually weren't very many in the tower. As much, even
Well, the majority of this respawns every time you come through here too. So this was like a grind spot for me for a while.
Ah.
Just going from one end to the other, the tunnel.
Gotta love it. Suck on this. Ain't no thing. You do it.
See ya.
Bam.
There you have it.
oh, I was already on it.
Over there.
Huh? That a way out?
I'm almost afraid to go back to see it with my own eyes.
There you go.
Perspective change.
What's he looking at? Is it Tifa? Just glad I don't have to do the hand puzzle again. Not that it was that bad. It's just, you know.
It was annoying. I mean, well, annoying maybe strong. It was tedious.
It was a little tedious. It's one of those puzzles that kind of felt like a Dino Crisis puzzle. It's like, if I go through this game enough times, I'll be able to just do it, but every time I have to rerun it, I'll be like,
Does it look like we can go this way? No. There's monsters everywhere.
Oh wait, I should have checked to see if there's a bench.
There's one up ahead.
Ah, okay. No guard materia. No wait, it was a sense materia on the screen, wasn't it? Yeah, totally a sense materia. Yeah, I remember the face. Who's this dude? Is he part of the resistance or?
Still in one piece. Who else made it out?
I wish I knew. Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm just glad you survived. Gives me hope for the others.
This is bad. We can't afford to lose any more lives. Not now.
I feel like I did a quest for the guy at some point.
Yeah. He's the one that had, like, the jobs for you.
Sector 7, huh?
Yeah. Left a few things behind.
I see. I know it's not much, but it's all I got.
I know the plate just fell, but I gotta make profits, bro.
Ah, this is a weapon I don't have.
There you go.
I'm surprised they didn't show me it had it outside, though. Maybe that only does show stuff that's on sale. Yeah, okay.
No ribbons.
Oh wait, that's not why I talked to him.
Never know what you're gonna run into out there. Best be prepared. Careful out there.
Oh wait. Bench? Aha. Unlike everything else, I can't walk into it to solve my problems. Oh, I didn't know it was going underground. I thought it was just going the other side. There are a lot of prompts like that in video games. I'm like, yes? I mean, if you really, it's interesting because you could, I know they did in this, but I mean, you could make a game based on being the whole game is Midgar, where like, because there's the top plate, middle in there, lower Midgar, and then everything below that.
Yeah.
Which includes like crazy shit far enough down. It's like you could make a dungeon just out of the stuff underneath the Shinra building, or you know, like.
Well, you know, you could do the whole like Remember Me thing, where as you progress through the game, you go from slums to lower class, middle class, upper class.
Oh yeah.
The whole, but that's like a more like weird cyberpunk setting. That was a it was odd. It was different.
I wasn't necessarily suggesting the progression we go from there. It's just more like there's so many layers to Midgar that, you know, it's like, I guess because this game feels like eventually I'm gonna leave Midgar. Maybe I just am feeling that way because it's Final Fantasy VII, but the game really feels that they're kept, because the original game, even as I replay it, it doesn't feel like you're gonna leave Midgar. It just feels like you're doing what you're doing in the moment. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, when you originally played the game, leaving Midgar was kind of an odd change, wasn't it?
I will say, when I first stepped out into the open world, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That I was not expecting that.
But this game feels like it's leading to something other than Midgar somehow. It's like somehow in this game, Midgar feels more ephemeral ultimately in the story than it did in the original game. And even like as I replay the original game, you know what I mean? It's like I consciously know I'm going to be out of Midgar, but I'm like in Midgar mode when I'm in Midgar, even when I'm still in the like Shinra building and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, and like I've always said, or like I've argued or mentioned numerous times, it's to me it's just the starter trainer dungeon, and once you get out, that's it.
They do a really good job of making the Shinra building feel like you're in the last dungeon, though. You know what I mean? It's like I know it's an evil tower within the dungeon, but like, you know what I mean? It's got like all sorts of final layer vibes and stuff with like the really big red guys.
Yeah,
in
you know,
robot suits
you're
and stuff,
assaulting the castle to save the
Yeah.
princess. That's literally what you're fucking doing.
Oh, good thing I was in a quick time event. I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yeah, this game it could have easily have been.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to see you.
Because I mean, I really like Final Fantasy VII is one of those games that when I was at the end of it, I knew I was at the end of it. Like I was surprised in 8 and a few other ones, like when I got to the end of them. But also I actually thought I was basically at the end of the game when I was at the Shinra building when I first played it.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of where can it go from here?
Yeah, well, I knew that there had to be more because, like, the rental store gave me 2 more discs.
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you mean, but like, that's just the way I felt when I was at that point. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. It gives you that feeling.
Anybody out there? If you can hear me, say
I
something.
take it that little Marlene safe and sound.
I don't get to say yes or no.
That girl's a hell of a lot stronger than you might think.
I know I've heard that chick's voice in other games. Just can't think of what. It's not Akara, is it?
I'm really only good with a handful of voice actors' names, so I'm not like sure. So it's always hard for me to just be like, well, I know that voice, but I can't place it right now either.
Good. I couldn't tell you like any like people are always like, you know, it's this Sonic voice actor as opposed to this Sonic voice actor, and it's like the only Sonic voice actor whose name I know is Jaleel White. You know, and I'm not saying he's like that's not necessarily any kind of statement. It's just like that's literally the only one I know. I didn't know he went to so many in the games. They all sound the same to me. I know they're trying to give the same performance, and that's why. But you know, it's like, of course, this is in no way hate. But I don't play Sonic games for the story. I play it to jump into enemies and they die. Yeah, to go fast.
Shit.
Hear that?
That's Wedge's cat.
What?
Let's follow it.
You know.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Whatchamacallit? Cats will ask you to follow them less often than dogs will, but you're also really random what they'll want you to go to. They'll do stuff like this, be like, you know, save my person or whatever, but like, a lot of times when cats want me to go somewhere, I'm like, what the hell are you even trying to show me? First, often it just ends up they want to go somewhere where they want me to pet them as opposed to where I was already going to pet them. Oh, okay.
Hey, we're coming.
You saw me pushing up against it.
I did. The game was like, I'm not ready for you to go there yet.
Okay, I could accept that if that's what it was. I thought it might be because the cat was still right there, but like I also thought it was really trying to get me to go down there. Yo, this really makes me think of the missile base in Final Fantasy VIII. Oh no, don't tell me. Now I'm in the dungeon. I have to go everywhere to get back to the beginning. Thanks, game.
It's okay, somewhere in this tunnel. Well, in this... like the sewer thing that like led you here. That's where like one of the toughest bosses in the games is. Game is.
I assume I don't want to do that right now. I mean, is it tough, relatively speaking, or is it literally have more hit points than Sephiroth?
I think it's just tough. I don't know that it has more hit points than Sephiroth. I don't think it does.
If there's no path, you gotta make one.
That doesn't make sense, but it's a very Barrett thing to do. Hey! I get to sit as someone who wasn't in war. Although he's dressed more like he is going to it. I like the way he sat down. Of course, you know, Barrett's cool and all, and I'd like to be built like him, but he also thinks... You ever see the Jonan Vasquez comic about the superhero who's so huge, muscular-wise, and the chick who's so huge breast-wise that they just kind of fell in half? Yeah, I saw him earlier being like, oh, my back, and it's like, yeah, the shoulder's that big. I mean, how big? He's either got a really big spine or it's barely holding on.
We're gonna Call of Duty our way through.
You know, I just realized why I think they have him cover up his arm where it connects. It's so that they don't have to answer the question of how exactly does it connect. Maybe they'll show us later, I don't know, but like... I mean, in the original game, his arm kind of went into like a port for guns, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it seems to be what's going on here, but...
You really want to throw down with me?
I wouldn't wonder what it looks like down in there if it showed me. This is not the combat he was made for.
That's what makes this part the challenge.
Yeah, I guess so. Honestly, when I had been hitting with that last blast, I thought they had been dying. I was thinking they were dying with an oddly large amount of hit points left, but...
Ain't got nothing on me!
Maybe I should have bought some mega potions. Too bad you can't cast this out of battle like you can in 12. See how much he does with one here. Yeah, that's not too bad. As long as I don't have a lot of up-close fights. No, so I can only shoot walls from...
You really want to throw down with me? See ya! How'd you like that?
Bam.
Ooh, shoot stuff. Is there an actual... Oh, there is an enemy over there. Okay. Where?
It's on the shelf.
Okay. Do I have grenade
Oh,
bomb?
wait, no. You're just trying to shoot it, I guess.
Suck on this! Want some more?
But I can't. I was trying to shoot it before. I don't seem to be able to get to it. At least not directly. I know I probably got blow up that wall. Huh. I wanted to
triangle. Oh. No. Cast a spell at it.
Get the hell out of here! And don't
Fix that.
Huh. How odd. Is it telling me where to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I haven't taken that long yet. In a part that wasn't a maze. Like, this isn't a maze, why are you fucking lost?
Right there.
Ah.
Seizure warning.
How long it take them to build all this beneath our feet? You going down, one way or another.
We haven't got, I guess, I forgot, it's, well no, have we gotten into, there's there been anything down here that's like, this is an infrastructure? I'm not saying it's not going to get that way, but there's no reason yet to suspect it, right?
This seems very odd for underground infrastructure. I'll say that.
Okay. Ooh. If I don't have it built up.
You ain't getting out of this one. How'd you like that? Don't stop.
Bam.
Want some more?
I do get a little, something I don't expect, and I still haven't got used to, is him and Eris having to start pushing their hold down attack again. Eris does tell you when hers is over. She's like, and one last one.
You think they dug halfway to hell? You really want to throw down with me?
I guess they figured that's a pretty big cue. I don't know. Even by himself, he's still doing it. Awesome.
Not going down without a fight.
It doesn't feel, they don't, I guess the way they attack it doesn't feel, it flows so well that it doesn't feel like you're going to have to stop and start again. It's not really a problem. I just have to, you know, remember to do it.
Yeah. They probably designed it that way to just keep you from just...
Oh, yeah.
That way it kind of keeps you, I guess, more engaged in combat.
I expect him to control, like, a shooting game at all. He really, really does not.
And don't come back.
I have to say I use more items in this than I do in original 7. Not that I'd never use them in that, but...
Well, I mean, you have to consider that the item usage that you're doing would be the item usage that you would use throughout the whole of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Still, I'm still using more items than I do. I just... It's not that I never use them, I just, so rely on the various magical curing and ways, like... Final Fantasy VII lets you set yourself up in just enough of a way that, like... I actually use more ethers than potions. I don't use a whole lot of ethers. I wouldn't use them in that game if you couldn't buy them, probably, but... You can steal them in that one. And buy them, so it's like...
You came up this way?
Oh.
I think. Or did you?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Not shooting at the right spot.
I was gonna say you have to have the thing on the screen. Seems like you're not playing correctly. You can't progress.
I do want to try. Isn't this that thing you were talking about?
I think so, yeah.
I always want to struggle when this stuff happens because that just makes random shit try to happen. You might have a question to ask. So has Barrett played Final Fantasy?
Someone has to make the music.
I don't know. I'd rather it be in here in that form than not at all. It's just, I mean, is it more like, what is it, the Dance of Happiness or Joy or whatever from Perfect Strangers? It's just kind of a thing he does.
Well, you know, the fanfare is a part of the universe because in Advent Children, the one guy has the ringtone. That's the music.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a jingle or something. Or maybe some sort of popular song.
I mean, I know that. I don't know if it was ever before 10, but I know it's been since then also that the Chocobo music was actually something people would hum in world.
I'm really gonna enjoy burning it all down.
Anarchists. No, seriously. What is Barrett's solution to Mako energy? Is he like, we should go back to coal? Barrett, I think that just puts us right back in the same boat.
Well, to be fair, that coal just kills stuff on the planet, not the planet itself.
No, it was pointing you back that way. See? Look up. See? The game was telling you you're not playing me right.
You know, I'm just so used to not interacting with the environment.
Sorry.
No, you're certainly not used to the environment giving you any sort of feedback that you need to be looking at a specific direction, although it, I don't know, kind of. I don't know, this game is weird about, like, context.
Well, you know, it's funny because there are a lot of elements of this game that if they were stretched out across a bigger game, they would feel more like, I guess, less like one-off mechanics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, it's odd having Barrett such a small part of the game because, you know, kind of like Red 13, you may not get him right away. I guess you do get Barrett right away, but, like, I guess even though you don't have them from a good chunk of Midgar, it's like you have them as soon as you leave Midgar and can have them in your party the whole time since then. You know,
Yeah.
like more fans. Oh, I don't have to. Yeah. I feel like Cloud gets more stuff out of boxes than Barrett does.
Check the other fans, see if you can stop them. This might be... Yeah, you can.
Why didn't they do that when I'm fighting enemies? The whole auto turn. I didn't do it that time.
Did it that time. No, is there no... Oh.
Doesn't look like there's any in the other one, but I'll check it out anyway.
I'm afraid to ask, but did you just shoot your way in here?
Well, yeah.
Oh, so it's the third one that was different. Ah, damn it. I did not mean to do that twice.
Yeah, I don't believe that's... Yeah, maybe it does.
Alright. Yeah, say I don't know why I'm trying to... I have teeth, I don't need to finish it off. Yeah, right up in the area.
Worked up a good sweat.
Aha.
There's a chest in there.
See, that's something that I keep thinking I need to do is mess with terminals, but like, I've come across a lot since they had me do that, and then I was like, nope, this isn't a thing.
Oop, materia.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there.
I just need to see if I can actually get through these doors.
Shoot him.
Ah, that's a shit door. No, I can't say that. The hinges are bad. The door itself fared quite well. What kind of material was it?
I couldn't quite catch.
I did notice I got a Moogle medal. I might have enough for the one or two things I don't have, but maybe not.
Was there something in that one?
Oh yeah. I knew there was something over here. I was just trying to get it.
Yeah, chest.
Oh, it's another added effect, but only the defensive aspect material. Which I assume if it gave me a second one, and it might not. I know that they really like in Final Fantasy games to give you just enough that not everybody can have one of something that protects your status effects, but like they'll probably give me a third one eventually. Aw, dang it. We're gonna die. Yeah, I'm not ready for this.
I think you'll be fine.
she have it? No, neither of them do.
Anyone with thunder. Fuck it.
Guess it's my turn.
It does help somewhat. Because you like... No, not that. Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, this is specifically that one. I bet the other one was too. These are the ones from the arena.
What? Are they?
Notice it's Cutter.
Oh.
Damn it, I'm okay at the main part. You roll so little. Quit aiming at that, aim at him. Oh, excuse me. Right up the butt.
That's a win.
Yeah, but the other one was all red and stuff. Yeah, crazy. So I like, you want to fight them for real? I was kind of like,
You
not
think
really.
Wedge is holding up okay?
Of course he is. He's a lot tougher than people think. Probably sleeping soundly, dreaming about his cats.
You're right. We should treat him to a nice meal when he gets back. His choice.
Ain't no Shinra punk taking me down.
Coming through.
Kick my ass.
Let me handle this.
Special delivery.
Finish him off. See ya. Bring it. Keep it up.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little.
I guess that's the way the other game was. I was just thinking, I wonder why they don't let you choose who you run around as, but they never did in 7, so it was always either Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, or Sid, right?
When did you control Barrett?
You know when they're like gonna be publicly executed? You can run around as Barrett in that part.
Huh.
You don't have to fight any bosses or anything, but you can get both Yuffie and Tetsuya on your team. You can only get Yuffie if you have Yuffie, I'm pretty sure, but...
Give me your best shot.
It's a very short part. You could technically sit and grind the battles there if you want, and there's some battles that are like only in that part, but... Not that it's anything important, you know what I mean? Like, but they're yeah, it's just that short little part where you're not only do you walk up to that part, but you run out, you go and get the airship. Oops.
Midgar sure runs on its smooth jazz.
It does. Aha. What time is it?
We have a little bit more time.
Okay. I only asked because I guess you mind.
Ah.
Yeah. Because if we were about to be over, I wouldn't even ask, you know.
Well, we're gonna be over here in I don't know, probably like 10 minutes, but.
You sure?
Don't mind us.
Strained myself over here.
Don't mind us. We're just dying.
Kick your ass if you didn't look like shit.
Fortunately, I built up a lot of cheap streaks blowing up balloons as a kid. As the oldest child, I had to blow up a lot of party balloons.
Okay, let's go.
Maybe it's easy to be cynical when you're the first one. They're like, alright, Santa Claus isn't real, Christmas is all done by adults, now you get to help. Not to drop that truth bomb on anyone watching this that late at night, but you know, that was it was you know.
You know, kids, this is a channel where we're sitting here consuming legal weed while playing video games that are remakes of nostalgia bait from the 90s.
How old is Final Fantasy VII? Let's go to not the American release, just the Japanese release when it originally released. Like, how old of a game is it?
Well, see, this is where I can't remember if it was released in 96 or 97.
I want to say that something I hadn't realized until just recently is how many Final Fantasy games in the various eras of them came out like year to year, basically. You know what I mean? Because like
1997.
Okay.
And let's see here, release date. So it released the same year in Japan as it did in North America and PAL regions.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just different months.
Yeah.
In Japan it released in January, in North America it released in September.
The time between it was announced and came out, over here at least, felt like a very long time, but it was only like, what, like a year, half a year, something like that?
Yeah, the international version released... Oh, my apologies. My apologies. The international version released in October 2nd.
Which is the one that came out in 2000? Is that 9 or 10?
I think 9.
That's what I would guess, but I can never remember it. Like, it's one of those questions that I end up getting wrong, you know what I mean?
2000, yeah, Final Fantasy IX is from 2000.
Okay.
And 10 is from a couple years later. So there's already petitions, by the way, to do Final Fantasy 8 and 9 like this.
They're not going to. Those games are not nearly as popular. 9 was almost as popular in its day as 7 was in its day, but it hasn't had the staying power and popularity. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's not as good of a game. It's just people really like this one. You know what I mean? Of course.
Wow, 10 released the following year to 9.
That's what I thought.
9 released in 2010, 10 released in 2001.
I thought they were a year apart, yeah.
I thought that they were more than a year apart. But they were technically working on 10 as far back as, like, this one, I think.
10 was basically supposed to be the way 15 is, but they couldn't work out the technology of it, if I remember correctly. I don't mean story-wise, but, you know, like, the level of interaction with stuff in the world and enemies being over off the path and maybe you run into them. I mean, I guess you could say kind of like 16 is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they really wanted to do the diegetic enemies in the world in 10, from what I've read, but, like, they just couldn't get it to work. But, you know, you can never tell how true any of that stuff is. Okay, here's a question for you. If things work out different for Aerith, do you think she'll ultimately be nerfed?
I don't know.
I don't mean, like, compared to what she is in this. But, like... Well, because remember how we were talking about at one point, well, like, what would be challenging if you had her? You know? And that's not an unfair assessment. Because, like, sometimes I feel like it's an exaggeration. I'm like, oh yeah, there's like 8 ways to abuse Aerith. And I don't mean abuse her, but, you know, abuse her systems to... Abuse the game using her. Like, think of how powerful, what is it? Fury Brand is just by itself. You know, like,
yeah, no, that's a good way to...
If you had Fury Brand, Meteor Rain, and, what is it, Ungermax?
Yeah.
That's, you know, not their ultimates, they're next to ultimates. Not even necessarily directly next to ultimates, but they're multiple damaging ones, and you just have Aerith ready to be like, whoa, do it again! You know, you don't even need, damn it. At that point, you wouldn't even need her invincibility, you'd just be like, everything dies to this. And that's, you know, that's leaving out also using her to cast Knights of the Round, and Cloud having, like, you know, Omnislash and stuff. You know, in one of the Kingdom Hearts games, he was the one who did Zentutsuken.
Huh. You know, my first 3 or 4 playthroughs, I did not get Omnislash.
I don't know if I've ever completed the game without getting it. No, wait, yes I did. Only because at one point I was, like, challenging myself to not use that or Knights of the Round. Like, at all. And I realized that the game is different. Like, somewhere between doing that and not using their ultimate weapons, the game is actually a little different than I thought it was in some of its balancing. You just get so overpowered with some of the stuff you can do that... Overpowered's the wrong way of saying it, because, like, you can have Omnislash and the ultimate weapon and get killed by scissors at the end of the game if you don't have your character set up right. You know, like... Or, man, they really left me alone, or not me alone, but...
Barrett's running over to some enemy up there.
Well...
Like, the AI pathfinding just got really stupid for a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess...
Because he was standing underneath it, trying to attack it.
Oh, now it's attacking me constantly, damn.
Okay, cover me.
I didn't push that button.
I know.
Oh,
I think it's wanting you to...
What's it wanting me to do? Oh, break down this door? Oh. Is he just too massive to do that? So do you think these guys are more powerful than the guys in the reactor hive reactor because they're probably more advanced, complete versions?
Probably.
I mean, you know, this is a part of the game I've heard people complain about, but I always thought it made sense because this is literally what I thought the voice in Cloud's head meant when he said this place is just like Nibelheim, that they're doing this kind of stuff. Like, I have a feeling the reactor they blew up in the beginning, they blew up a bunch of these guys.
I think so. I'll just get started.
What blew up that hurt me like that? Oh, that guy shot me, didn't he?
Yeah.
I forgot he was even a thing. Neither of us have Protect, unfortunately.
Then I would burn him.
Wait, burn him?
I kind of more mean that in the context of, like, high damage yield on it as much as you can.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I used that. Dang. Ooh. Fortunately, Tifa's the one who has Rays on. Did she get back down there? No, she's stuck up here. I'll let him get closer to me before I try to bring Barrett back to life. Oh, dang. So he's gonna chill over there, isn't he? No, okay, cool.
Yep.
No, he came closer. Although I don't have an opportunity yet. There we go.
Good to go? Watch yourself.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Seriously?
Hey, Tifa, heads up! Hell yeah, bring it on! Hit my ass!
Heart.
I can't reach the heart from that side. Oh, I can't reach him at all with her. Oh well.
I don't know, I was letting you target it. Or... Oh, okay.
Yeah, how do I switch targets? There we go.
Suck on this! Say your prayers and beg for forgiveness. I'm still kicking. You can handle it.
Let's go. I've got you covered.
How many farms does he have? Oh, it's just him roaring in the screen changer.
Something probably happened with my computer.
Ooh.
Bam. Nice.
That's very small of you, Cloud.
Time, Murph.
You're up.
Late to the party and you giving me orders?
That's right. That's how it works.
I'm curious how the find you're the boss scene plays out in this story.
So how'd you manage to track us down?
Followed the trail of bullet holes. There's nobody else I know who did that kind of mess.
It's fireflies. Oops, controlled Barrett. Oh, I don't have Cloud. Think I should check this room for items?
Can if you want.
The game doesn't want me to. Okay, I won't. And look how much faster I walked when I'm going the way it wants me to. Look at this. Same amount of pushing down the button. I'm not pushing any run buttons or anything. They say we're fighting fate, but are we?
Were those?
We're still at the whims of the creators.
Yeah. That's the Shinra I know.
I wonder what percentage of the audience who played this hadn't actually gone through the original game or sat and watched anyone do it. Like, I'm not saying ever, like, I guess, you know, actually sat and watched someone go through it, you know what I mean? Like,
that I don't know.
because there's a lot of stuff that it's like, being they split the game up, it could make sense to show it, but like, because, you know, one of the arguments, and I know I've kind of made this argument myself, but I hear is that there's a lot of stuff that should be saved for later, and there's a certain truth to that, even in this long-form storytelling, but like,
We need to get him somewhere safe.
there might not, I guess if you buy this game, you may not see later. You know what I mean? To even, like, begin to understand. Like, think of when you originally played this game, how long Who Cloud was, or anybody else, aside from what you had done with him, was a real mystery.
Up until about halfway through the second disc.
Cloud.
Grab a Cloud.
Good kitty.
The Cloud carries nothing.
No, he's got to carry that airplane wing, man.
I'm Barrett.
Yeah. Ain't nobody else carrying that big ass sword that he walks around with, right?
I guess I've never considered Cloud swords to be a burden to him. Think about, like, he just kind of flips around in the air and stuff. Is like,
back for me. I'm gonna look around for the others. He made it, didn't he?
that was something that made Cloud different than previous protagonists in these games, is he was just above everyone else in power level. He's not like way above everybody else, but you know what I mean? It's like, even though there's a couple characters who may have this or that stat better, no one has the raw stats Cloud does.
I'm sorry, but...
You know, like, Cecil wasn't good at fighting and magic. No one compares to Cecil in his own game as a high-level paladin when it comes to hitting stuff with a sword, but like, you know, a melee weapon. Eventually, he just, his times will get above everybody else.
Yeah.
But like, he's not good at everything. Cloud's like literally better at everything. You know who else is like that?
Lightning.
Well, I guess I believe it.
No,
I
actually,
haven't got
Nomura has literally said that Lightning is the most powerful Final Fantasy protagonist in the series. Words out of his fucking mouth.
I guess I didn't necessarily... I was somewhat with Cloud talking about story context, because we started off talking about the sword, but I was also talking about how it plays out in the actual, like, stats. Someone who's not like that story-wise, but is like that stat-wise, is Vaughn.
Hmm.
And there's a couple characters who might be slightly better at him, this and that, but overall he's just better hit points, better magic points, and better, like, strength and magic strength than most other characters as a whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, the only other character that I can think of like that is literally Lightning. And that's kind of among the reasons that I don't kind of care for that one, but that's
like
kind
Lightning's supposed to be so cool, there's a whole game where everyone's like, where's Lightning? And then this next game, she's back, folks.
Yeah,
Leave a wounded man out on the street.
I don't know. Like, I wasn't okay with 10-2.
But you weren't angry about it?
Am I right?
Or were you angry about it?
I just thought it was dumb. Like, I had not played it, and I had no intention of playing it, but I had some friends that were like, oh man, it's such a great game, and I was like, right, so what's going on? And they're sitting there explaining the story to me, and I'm just like...
Oh, the story's fucked, but it's fun to play.
I was just like, no, I'm out.
At some point, I'll like get a level partway through it, and I want you to try the combat, and see why it's kind of a fun game.
Okay.
Because, like, what you actually have to do and stuff is annoying, and, like, it gets a little too hard at the end, a little too fast and stuff,
Please.
but, like...
I need some time to think.
Yeah, the actual play, because it's...
You've all had a long
It's kind of like Chrono Trigger, where it's like...
Why don't you go upstairs?
Where
We'll
you
get some
are
rest.
matters, turn-based, real-time combat. You know what
So,
I mean?
when it comes to, like, a Final Fantasy title...
Mm-hmm.
I have played Final Fantasy games that I thought had really terrible gameplay and mechanics, but they had really good story. And I have told Final Fantasy games that have, like, shit stories but good mechanics to fuck off.
Okay.
Because everybody loves, like, Final Fantasy V because of its game mechanics. I gave up on Final Fantasy V halfway through. Because I was just like, I don't get where this story is going. I don't get, like, what's going on. I don't understand some of these characters and how we got to where we are.
I'm pretty sure 5 is the most and then story of them all. This is where I'm going, right? No, this is not where I'm going.
But you know what? I will say this. Mechanically speaking, Final Fantasy VI is not really that interesting of a game. It's not. The Esper thing, okay, whatever. But, like... Final Fantasy VIII has a similar, like, mechanic system where I'm just like, this is more than what it needs to be.
What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, no, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Sorry. If I was making odd faces, it wasn't in response to what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm just like, I'm looking for Elmira, and I'm looking for Barrett, but I know what I gotta do. No, continue, sorry.
No, I just didn't really think that 6 was that interesting mechanically, although it kind of makes sense for the story, and so that's kind of why I kept playing that one, because I was like, wow, the story's really good, and the mechanics are kind of like story related in a weird way, because, like, you know, you have to level up the Espers, and you kind of that kind of feeds into like how magic comes back into the world and all that sort of stuff. Because, like, when you start the game, there is one person that casts spells other than Terra.
No.
And everybody else is trying to figure out how to do it, and then you figure out how to do it.
Sorry. Didn't mean to wake
I get the result I get when I play Real 7.
I'm a light sleeper. It's a social.
Oh.
Like when I ran through it recently, I
flower you
intentionally
gave me the
got
other
Eris
night?
to go
That
on the
was
date
from
with me
Aaron, wasn't it?
because I was like, I'm doing this the proper way. I'm gonna make Eris like me the most. I didn't even try, and Tifa
I
likes
knew
me
there
the
was
most.
something weird going on.
That's what this scene is.
You buying flowers?
Because one thing I do know about this game, because I
They
had to know if
symbolize
the dating
reunion,
mechanic was in it, and
believe
it
it
can
or not.
be either Barrett, Tifa,
I
or
was
Eris here, so
curious,
you can
so I looked it
successfully
up.
seduce Barrett in this game.
I tried to keep it alive as long as I could. But
That's
now,
good to know. I went for that
dead
before I
and
even went
buried.
for like, anyone else
Like the
after
bar.
I like got what I got
Our home.
diegetically, like, because I was
And
like, you can get
everything
Barrett,
else.
gonna do it. It takes work, but you can get there. You know, Barrett, he actually wins in the sexiness scale compared to Cloud because he has personality and Cloud doesn't. I'm not trying to be mean about Cloud, he's cool, but you can only be so cool and have a personality.
Women just want a man that they can mold their personality.
Oh yeah.
And Cloud is that. He is blank
Okay.
canvas as fuck.
He is hugging the chick who paints him more than anybody else. Everything is orchestrated by Tifa in his life. Not everything, but a lot. Like, she is one of the things, because if you think about it, that's part of what they have to deal with when they go into his head, is her stopping being a pull on him like Sephiroth and Genova are. He can't find himself until he stops following her
You're
around.
hurting me.
Because if you remember, it even gets to a point in that part where she's like, Cloud, you can't rely on my version of things.
Yeah.
Stupid. I know that crying.
I only say that because that's kind of a change in Tifa. She's another character. They've sweetened Tifa in that they make
That's
her
not
less
true.
manipulative to Cloud in this. There's so many scenes where it was her manipulating Cloud where they change it to Cloud being like, I'm going to do that. And she's like, okay. You know, instead of, hey, Cloud. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on Tifa. I mean, it may be obvious at this point, but Tifa's best girl, but she doesn't mean she's not like super manipulative and kind of dark.
You know what is like a really good example of that though? Is when you're doing the back, like the flashback.
Oh yes.
And
Yes.
she's sitting there telling Cloud what he did. Like, are you sure you did that, Cloud?
No, there's a couple times when she just says nothing, or it's like dot 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 dot, and people are like, "What's the deal?" It's just like, "Continue, Cloud." You know, yeah. I mean, okay. Do you remember in Junin before you go up, Cloud directly asked her, "Tifa, what was the deal with 5 years ago?" And she's like, "I don't want to talk about that right now, Cloud. Just know," and runs off.
I always
So
knew
yeah,
it was
like,
knew it one day.
you know, and like I say, I'm not hating on Tifa. It's just it's funny whenever I bring that up to people, they tend to be defensive about it, and it's like, but you played the game. There's literally scenes where she's like, Cloud, read my thoughts. This is what happened. Because she's one of the people who knows how weird Cloud really is, or at least this person she thinks might be Cloud. Because that's something I haven't seen in this, is her not thinking it's Cloud.
I'm sorry, honey.
Because in the original game, she's like, maybe this is Cloud. I hope this is Cloud. I don't think this is Cloud. You know what I mean?
But if I stay
Like,
here, I can't fight out there.
I mean, okay, how weird is it for Eris that her dead boyfriend showed up and was like, hey, but it's not her dead boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know?
Daddy and his friends are trying to stop those bad people. The slums, your friends, the whole planet. It's Daddy's job to protect it.
I mean, they do have Eris acting awkward with Cloud, but they're also hinting that it's for meta reasons, not for the reasons she should be acting weird around Cloud. And that meta is the wrong way of saying it, but you know what I mean by that. Like, she seems to have some kind of special
Now we
knowledge.
have to go find her. And when we bring her home, you need to say thank you, okay?
In the original game, she acted weird with Cloud because literally, basically, a blonde sack showed up.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I mean, imagine that. Imagine, like, okay,
You should help her.
a blonde me showed up and was like, hey.
We will.
I'd probably tell that blonde you to get the fuck off my property. I'm not buying, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Of course, it'd be more like I crashed through your ceiling. Because think about it, the way I said it was actually inaccurate. Cloud didn't. I guess you can come onto her originally, but even she approaches you, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Barrett.
Chris, here's a question for
She's
you.
tougher than me.
In his life in the game, is Barrett
Time to
Cloud's
get some
best friend?
Payback. Don't forget why we're doing this.
I know.
Pretty much.
Rescue
Just think of all the times he's like, "I'm not gonna let you, lose yourself, Cloud," and stuff like that.
How are we supposed to get topside?
It's just.
With everything that's happened, the train still aren't
Okay, so it's that time. We're gonna kill it. Friday's gonna be fight night.
So what's the plan then?
It's probably gonna be Mortal Kombat of some sort.
Sure.
Probably one, but we might do something else. We've got other consoles that are like ready to run now.
We haven't actually used the PlayStation 2 yet, have we?
We have not. Tomorrow the plan is to play more Lunicid. I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm probably saying it wrong. Maybe more Red Dead 2. What you got going on?
Well, I think tomorrow I'm going to do a little more trying to find the various tales of battles in Dynasty Warriors 4 and kind of something else, something shorter mixed in there.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the plan. Next week we'll be playing some more of this. Monday and Wednesday come in for that. Over the weekend, it'll either be more Red Dead 2 or Lunicid. It just depends on how quickly I can get through that game. That's really neat. Check it out. LUNASID. It's on Steam. It's like $14. I don't usually just get up like, hey, go buy this, but I'm telling you, hey, it's $14 fucking dollars.
Came out this year, right?
Yeah, came out in October, so we're not like early to the party, but we're not as late as we usually are. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan. So this is John,
the Nerd Leader.
Catch you Friday.
Yeah.